All right, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, we are back with another episode of Sport and Suits. We got Adam Morejon, man. Holy shit. Known this guy since I was probably in diapers.
Yeah, man.
I guess.
Yeah. Well, I'm older than you, so I've known you since you were in diapers.
Yeah.
There
Well, that's what I meant. But holy shit. And he brought his buddy Phil. Jesus Christ. Should we redo that whole fucking thing?
If you want to, go for it.
Yeah.
All right, boys and girls.
Honestly, I might just keep that.
Holy shit. Hey, cheers. Cheers. That's what I fucked up. I forgot the cheers.
I got my seatbelt on. I can't.
You cheers to start?
Yeah.
Oh, you can't get your glass. You better get your glass now.
Hey, his last name is Gilchrist. Yeah.
There we go. All right, now we can start.
There it is.
Welcome to another episode of Sport and Suits. We got a longtime family friend, Adam Morejon, aka Adam Morejon. We got his friend Phil Gilchrist. Welcome to the freaking show, man. Glad we could make this happen.
Yeah, man. Thank you.
And real quick, go through your Instagram handle.
Tampa.Florida.living and YouTube is Tampa Florida Living.
Yep, you can find them on there. So yeah, man, we're just gonna dive right in, man. I mean, like I said, I've been trying to get you on for a couple of times. You're like, what are we gonna talk about? I said,
busy boys.
So we're gonna freeball this thing, man.
I love it.
Let's see where it takes us. Yeah, Commando, no doubt. Our fathers have been best friends for fucking.
I think grandparents. It goes all the way back to
Jesus.
3 generations. So grandparents were friends. Our dads grew up together. Naturally, they just partied with us in tow, and the rest is history. So.
The rest is history. Here we are now.
Yeah. That's it.
Are you Cuban also?
Yes, Cuban background.
That's why.
Yep.
Yeah, man. I'll tell you what. The quick little story about his dad. I remember. So him and my brother lived
Together
at a beach house right next to the Don Cesar. They were cooking one night, and they invited us all over. So we're over there, and I see your dad flicking up like peppers in his mouth, just eating them. I'm like, what the fuck is this guy doing?
Yeah.
I was like, hey man, David, what are you eating? He's like, ghost peppers. I said, all right. He's like, you like spicy? I was like, I love spicy. So he's like, yeah, take one. I take one. I was like, oh, it's not bad. Meanwhile, this guy's popping them like Skittles. I pop one. He's just looking at me, just waiting. And I'm chewing. I'm like,
here it goes.
And he's just dying laughing. It was like the scene from Dumb and Dumber where the guys are just looking at him. He's like, yeah, get yourself some milk, stick your head in the freezer. It was fucking painful. Absolutely painful. But yeah, man,
It was even better back in the day when you're not paying attention. And the backstory is my dad's owned a restaurant over 50 years in Tampa, La Tom restaurant.
Yep.
And, you'd be in the restaurant and they'd get that same pepper and they'd put it on your little belt buckle. And then somebody would go to use the bathroom a half hour later and they'd touch that and then use the bathroom.
Oh, God.
It's like same thing. Hey, put in milk. Put ketchup on it. It'll help take it away.
That's brutal.
A lot of good old stories.
Oh,
there,
yeah. Latom's seen some shit.
Oh, yeah. Tampa's old mafia.
Oh, yeah.
There's a lot of good stories here.
Cigar City Mafia type shit?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I saw a guy get his knees knocked out.
Holy fuck.
And I was 10 years old at the old restaurant. Don't go back there. I'm not naming names, but, there's mafia families that are still in Tampa. And they're just part of Tampa, right? They're regular people.
Absolutely. You know the Capitanos.
Yeah.
Yeah, we had Lex, Frank's son, Lex.
Okay.
He's sitting right where you were. He actually runs the National Meat Day thing. So
And all great people,
How do
too.
you,
That's
how
the
do you
thing.
spell Latom's?
LATAM. Initials for Latin America.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, grandfather came from Cuba. My dad was playing ball at the time, and then my grandfather suddenly passed away, so my dad took over and, just ran the show, and it's still running. Now it's just catering. But
Is it a liquor store?
Nope, that was next to us. Yeah. But, I mean, old stories were like Andre the Giant used to come in,
dude.
crush beers.
Place was elite, man.
It was nuts.
Oh, shit. You're in Ybor City, bro.
Yeah.
So you're 7th Ave.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, old school mafia. Okay.
Yeah.
definitely.
We've all been around.
But yeah, without will you explain Phil and how you guys met each other and kind of go from there? I don't want to Phil to just sit there.
Absolutely. So I mean, you first asked me. It's like, hey man, I'm thinking of this idea. I want to talk about people that have background with sports, right? Grew up, whatever level it is. Talk about you were in sports and how you took that into the business world, right? So I said, man, you got to have Phil on because I met Phil about 2 years ago, roughly now, and we'll get into his story, but essentially where he came from was a hockey player. And then he's transitioned to this business world like like trailblazer, right?
Right.
And I think his story is amazing. And I was like, man, you just got to get him on here because it might actually be better than my own story. So, I mean, I don't know if you want him to jump right into
Yeah, jump right in, dude.
Yeah, don't be
His
afraid to
background.
interrupt, man. Just imagine like
no.
it's a conversation, bro.
Of
Chop
course.
it
Well,
up.
thanks for having me, guys. Obviously, yeah. So for me, born and raised in New Jersey, came over to the University of Tampa. Was playing hockey. You know, kind of where UT was at that point. You kind of decided like, all right, hockey's really over, but you know what? You can still go to school. You can still play. So
Basically, he came to Tampa and he's like, not going back to
Yeah,
Jersey.
no shot.
I see
No
some UT
shot.
girls. I see some UT girls. I'm
Yeah,
staying.
yeah.
I was just telling him, man, we had Tampa Terrence out here
Yeah.
the other day, and he said the exact same thing. From Massachusetts, came down here, and he was like, "Why the fuck would I go back?"
How can you not? Like you go on that campus, like you see like where you're gonna be living. You know, the girls, the pool, the whole ambiance of it was just like, all right, like this is where I'm going.
Right.
And our second year is when we started the team there. So I was one of the captains of the first year of the team, and just continued playing. You know, it was a great balance of school and staying in the game. You know, at the same time. So after graduating, you know, I studied human performance and sports science. So I was like, okay, like like they give you all the education in school, but like, what do you do with it?
Right.
So my thing is obviously a hockey player. Like I wanted to bridge the gap between human performance and hockey, because we all know, like back in our coaching days, there's coaches that have played the game, and then there's coaches that haven't played the game. So there's just a difference between when you have a coach that's played it from the actual playing level compared to the training level.
And what's your opinion on that? I'm interested to hear what you think.
Anytime that I played with a coach that's never actually played the game, there's always a gap somewhere.
I would say the exact same thing.
Because it's more of like an analytical approach, but
You
like
can't ever tell anybody how to hit.
you can't.
If you've never hit somebody.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
And I get in Twitter and Instagram beefs all the time with these quarterback trainers. Like, you never fucking played a snap of real ball. Like, how are you? What are you talking about? Yeah,
Right. There's
You
just,
might know mechanics, but your on-field IQ is not live. It's not live.
It's Biden-esque.
Well, yeah, and you don't even know the mechanics.
a bit sleepy.
Sleepy Joe.
But it's those little details that they miss. In hockey, it's such an edge work game. Skating, like you don't know how the edges work if you don't skate.
Right.
So there's always that gap that just can't be made up by a coach, right? So like that's where I really started. Like as far as bridging that gap between the science part and the playing.
Yeah, coming out of college though, because I don't know this. Coming out of college, did you instantly jump into business world, or did you like
Yeah.
kind
So
of teeter-totter with it?
it's so funny, man.
And did you go to college for business?
No.
No, to play hockey.
Oh,
No.
yeah, the
Let's
performance.
just be honest. You're in college, right? You're like a little knucklehead out there thinking you can take over the whole entire world. You can do anything. That's what it was. It was like, all right, I'm going to start a gym. I'm 21 years old. Like, I don't know what's entailed into it, but I can fucking do it. You know what I mean?
Right.
Let's go. Let's get it going. So we found the gym. It was going out of business. It was $9,000 to buy it.
That's cheap.
And
That
yeah,
is-
so my dad's like, hey, you want $9,000 to go to grad school? Which that degree is going to do no more for you than what you already have,
Right.
or let's dive into business. So we just did it. We did it. We were in the right area, Ballast Point. It was kind of like a
South
ghetto,
Tampa.
south of Gandy.
Yeah,
I mean, you guys know.
What-
Stay
what
away
do
from
they call
south
it?
of Gandy.
Ballast
They call it
Point is
Sog?
right off of
Sog
Bayshore.
Life. Yeah.
It's
Stay
right
away
off
from
of
there.
Bayshore, bro. That's no cheap area either.
It was right off Bayshore and where Interbay was, the intersection.
No shit.
So like again, you walked out of my gym and there's 2 crack houses right on the right hand side. You're just like, I don't know if this is a good place to buy, but
They don't work out that much.
I was about to say,
They don't
never-
need to, right?
I'll never.
They got a
forget
lot of
that.
steps, but they don't walk out that much.
Yeah, there's a lot of things going on in there. So it was just, it was like right place, right time, right mindset. And then, I volunteered for the Lightning for, like a kids camp. And the trainer was actually from the Chicago Bulls, and he had a family emergency. And I was just an on-ice coach at that time. And they're like, Phil, you own a gym. Like, can you run our, like, strength part for us? I'm like, yeah, no problem.
how old are you at this point?
21.
That's fucking wild.
Yeah, 21.
Yeah.
21 years
What
old.
did your dad do, if you don't mind me asking?
So my dad was an IT director in Piscataway, but it's actually funny because
I thought you were Canadian.
Jersey boy.
Really?
Yeah.
That accent is not Canadian whatsoever.
Not at all.
I heard a little.
Bro, I'm hearing
little bit.
Canadian.
It's the hockey culture, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah,
the-
see,
the
like that.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
culture,
Yeah,
yo.
You know,
Yeah. Come on, eh? Let's go, boys. Yeah,
Let's go,
but-
boys.
That's how it all kind of
So
started.
he had business acumen. I'm
So,
assuming
yeah,
that
so
he
he-
taught
yeah.
you.
He was in education, and then it's funny. We're sitting here on a podcast, and I was just telling you, he was actually one of the founders of podcasting. It was called audio blogging at that time. So he was very tech savvy. He was the best dad in the world, but we were completely different. As far he's a tech guy, I'm the sports guy.
Yeah.
And just right place, right moment, rise to the occasion. Wound up being a consultant with the Tampa Bay Lightning, still to this day. Now my role is obviously as I got back more into real estate, I sold the company. It's a lot more minor now. And
But I'm going to jump in there. You're skipping over something that I thought was interesting.
oh boy,
No. You helped, correct me if I'm wrong too. Didn't you help build out thot like not child, what do they call it? Like the younger programs for kids? Like was it Advent Health, ICE, and all that stuff? Wasn't a part of all that?
I mean, yeah, I can go into a million things we did, but yeah, you obviously always starting with the youth, right? Like at the end of the day, when you're part of a professional organization, and I think the reason the Lightning are so successful is because they give so much back to the community, put as many hockey sticks in kids' hands as they possibly can. And that was what I was a part of, right? Like growing the game. And that's what got me into the organization in that type of way. And then once you're in there, right, like and you're a consultant, and you start to get the players in the off seasons, the ones that are staying, and then that's how the business really started to make a name for itself and really grow.
What was the name of the gym?
It was called ShoreFit.
ShoreFit. Okay.
ShoreFit, yep. Sold it back about 3 years ago. now.
So how did that, just for the sake of the podcast, transition from play ball to business? Because that's not the end of the line of business for you.
Yeah. I mean,
We're doing real estate now, by the way.
right. Yeah. I mean, I think it really just comes back to like, when you're an athlete, right? Like it's all about like the culture you create.
Competitiveness and
It's all culture based.
Yeah.
So if you look back and you played at a high level too, like you've been part of teams that have been championship teams or winning teams or whatever it is, like you go back to what's the difference between those years? It's your culture in your locker room.
Right.
That is really the identity of,
and
winning.
it's hard to find, especially at the collegiate level at least, and it's kind of drained down to the high school level and even the youth at this point with the transfer portal and all these guys like, oh man, this team's doing good, I'm gonna go over there. This team in college, they're gonna pay me a lot more money, I'm gonna go the fuck over there. And that's why you see like Nick Saban, you see these other coaches saying, I'm out of this shit, because you can't develop a culture. So I think that's a valid point that you're making.
Right. Yeah. I mean, it's again like when you're an athlete, right? Like you have adversity. You're always constantly fighting. You got to have that fail forward mentality.
Right.
You got to keep when your teammates are down. You got to find a way to keep it a short memory to bounce back and continue on. And that's like what I built in the business. Like that was the identity of everything.
So now you and Adam are collaborating on real estate ventures, or?
So when I sold the company, I had to non-compete. So I had to reinvent myself again, right? 21 to 32, 33 years old, you're doing one thing, and that's all you know.
Right.
But at the end of the day, right, business is business. So after the non-compete, and I protected myself with the Lightning. But outside of that, like I can't train no more. So
Not in the U.S.
Not in the United
So you're still
States.
training with them.
Yeah, so I found a way around that, and I work in the.
There's always
Swiss
loopholes.
League.
Always
yeah,
loopholes.
Yeah, I go over to Europe now in the summertime and work in the Swiss League, which is the second best league in the world. So
That's sick.
Why'd you decide to sell the company?
It's a young man's game. It's a young man's, like you trade time for money. You're starting to look at it like, all right, does this take me to 50 years old? No, I didn't have. It's like a player's career. At some point, like, do you want to leave? You want to be forced out, or do you want to leave on your own terms?
Now, do you want to tell the audience how much you sold it for?
Let me tell
He
you.
was skirting around it. I was kind of fishing out of him.
Yeah, well,
I'll tell you one
It-
thing.
let's
Sean
put
is
it
not
this
afraid to fish.
Let's put
Yeah.
it this way.
It was a lot of money.
It was
more
good,
money
it
than
was
anybody
a good amount,
said.
but it wasn't enough.
how many
to call-
figures, Phil?
It was enough. That,
More than 6.
More than
Yeah, it
six?
was more than 6, but it was.
So that would be the number 7, right?
It was closer, yeah. Yeah. So, but the thing is it's not enough to call it a day,
That's right.
So we got to run it back and do it again.
Right.
Yeah.
You
So
know?
So that's how you got
Rinse and
into in
repeat.
real estate.
yeah, so it's funny. I'm sitting here and
Tell the real story. How we met.
I am.
What is the real story?
Uh-oh.
I made him beg. No. So I'm sitting here and I'm trying to grow my real estate team, right? For anybody watching, I've been in real estate, 12-ish years, let's call it, in Tampa. Being born and raised here, it was always our contacts. Like, all my business was in my phone because we knew everybody.
Right.
Problem is, COVID, fake COVID, whatever you want to call it, hit 2020. Let's call it the year.
The pandemic.
The pandemic.
The pandemic, yeah.
But I couldn't go out and meet my clients for coffee or beers anymore to connect. So I was like, let me rethink this, right? I'm sitting at home, like, how do I do business? I don't want to cold call anybody.
Right.
And I took like a YouTube course, how to do YouTube. It kind of got the basics going. And then I just unleashed it. And now we have one of the biggest real estate YouTube channels in Tampa. And then that went into social media and just kept going, right? But in doing that, I was like, holy shit, this is more than just one person can handle. I need to grow a team. So out of necessity, started growing a team, had everything in place, but needed more agents. So I put the word out there. It's like, this guy, Brian Marks, is our preferred lender. Like, hey, Marks, what is, do you know anybody?
Mm-hmm.
And so I think you actually went to school with Marks, right? UT?
Went
So
to
he was
school
at his
with Brian.
UT class. And so they knew each other. And he's like, man, this guy, Phil, just got his license. I think he's a guy that you would want to know, but he's super green. He just got his license. I was like,
Yeah.
I don't have time for anybody green. I don't want to grow anybody green. And he's like, just trust me on this one. Like, have a conversation with him. It's like, fine. So I talked to him. This guy was like, hey, blah, 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 did all that stuff. Like, I'll be the best guy you've ever had. One of those speeches. And you're like, yeah, that's great. All right, man. Have a great day.
Multiple phone calls, by the way.
Calls you back, like, just a little bit more. He's like, no, seriously, like, we need to figure this out. All right, man. Yeah, sounds great. I'll think about it. We'll touch base. And then finally that third call, he's like, listen, here's where I'm at. I'll cut onions for an entire year. I'll scrub toilets, whatever you need to do. You can tell the restaurant background, right? I'm cutting onions.
Yeah.
He's like, I'll scrub toilets. It
Yeah.
just comes out. I'll scrub toilets for whatever you need for a year. But after that, I'm going to play a bigger role in your team. And I'm just letting you know right now, there's a time ticking on this because if you don't want me, I'll go somewhere else and they're going to win.
I told him it was going to be the worst real estate decision you ever made.
And he goes, here's the thing. You could tell me once and I'll do it. I'll learn it and I'm going. I'm not going to be up your ass. I was like, I can't turn that down. This guy's chased me down, literally.
Yeah.
And I was like, fuck it, let's go. And I was like, limited leads, like 5 a month, barely giving you anything. But I have to teach him how to read a contract.
Right.
Never did any of that at all.
Like
All the five.
3 months later, I'm like, he's like, no, it's good. I'm crushing it. Like I think one or two deals out of every 5 leads he was closing, which normally it's 1 out of every 10. So I'm like, he's crushing it, but maybe it's because he doesn't have that many leads. He has time. And he's like, oh no, I'm actually building a house in Ballast Point. I'm like, what? He's like, yeah, I got an investor. I went and got the builder, made a deal. We're about $900K into it with the money that he made from his sale. About $900K into it, we're going to sell it for 1.4.
Fuck,
And I negotiated the deal. So I'm like, year 1 of real estate, he's
Hammered.
smashing that. He's killing it. I was like, all right, so you got more time? He's like, yeah, I'm fucking bored. I'm like, okay, let's go. You have a real estate call. You're going to have things that you're learning in the business because you've never read a contract. I got you on that. You call me, I'll answer it. Other than that, just go sell. So by the end of the year, made $150K, sold this other house. By the end of the year, we went to, it was October.
Yeah.
Not even a full year. And I was like, we're going to Miami for a conference, like 5,000 agents. I'm going on stage to talk. And just go with me. Let's use this as a strategy session. Came out of that, I think I'm going to make you my manager. He's like,
shit.
what? And I was like, yeah. And I had guys on my team for 10 years making $300,000. I was like, I think I'm going to make you a manager. He's like, why? And I was like, what do you think? He's like, yeah, your job's going to be to double my business. Okay. So I went back to the team. Hey guys, this is what I'm thinking. Everybody buys in. They're like, we can see it. I'm like, if they can see it,
That's fucking cool.
and you can see it, I was like, let's roll. And here we are, year 2. He's already sold like 13, 14 million on the year.
I'm not supposed to be selling.
Not supposed to be selling this year. We're up to about 40 million on the year for our
Holy shit.
team. Just small team, but crushing. And, the rest is history. Now
And
we're
it's
looking
all
at,
personal business, so it's a good message for out there. If you build a good business, it is transferable into other.
No, absolutely. I think
But-
and if you treat people worth a shit,
Yeah.
word spreads.
It does.
but here's what's
Especially
wild.
here.
Here's what's wild.
Tampa's a lot smaller than
Yeah,
people think.
Yeah.
Here's what's wild is that we keep having to adjust our systems and growth. And it all goes back to the reason this podcast is relationships.
Right.
We're taking the mentality of sports, which is like competitive, aggressive, like I'm going to get it done kind of mentality. And then mixing that in with like business world relationships. And so all the people that we were at the gym. We go to the gym 3 days a week, 6:30 in the morning, everything from high intensity to you name it. We work out with professional hockey players and then we go and do freaking goat yoga, whatever. I don't give a shit what it is. I'm not really doing goat yoga, but you know what I mean?
That is
But
the
like,
thing, though.
Yeah, it
It
is
is
a
definitely a
thing.
thing.
No, I
It is a
pulled the
thing.
hammy and I was like, dude, we need to do something different. So we did yoga for 2 weeks to heal, but because we still had to do something.
Yeah,
But
yeah. It's all
but-
routine, right? You can't break it.
100%.
but what I loved is we're all of a sudden working out with this 3 days a week in the morning. It was a guy that was retired. He's 50.
Yeah.
Played 400
Metro,
NHL
what's
games.
up, buddy?
Yeah, Metro.
Great guy, man. We gotta get him in here.
Oh, he played for the Bruins. He played for the Lightning.
400 NHL games.
400 NHL games.
Yeah.
And
he was the underdog of the underdog story in NHL.
Still missing
Oh.
a tooth.
Yeah.
I
Hockey
love
player.
it.
Yeah.
I love it.
And
Yeah.
he's like, boys, I love that I'm like in a locker room mentality now because we're all working out, like pushing each other while we're
Yeah,
working out.
yeah.
We're like, bitch, you keep going, you
Yeah.
know? And now it's like, hey, we're going to play pickleball on Friday. And he's like, dude, I want to go. And next thing you know, he's calling me as like one of the Lightning coaches is with one of the players. They want to play doubles against us. Let's go. Next thing you know, it's like we're building that relationship where now it's like the locker room group. We get our, you burn off the steam from business all the
Right,
time.
right.
But you didn't, you're 50 and you didn't let go of that.
Right.
Or 40 and didn't let go of that. We still have that while we're getting in shape. And those are relationships. Well, then we sold him a house,
Mm-hmm.
right? And then next thing you know, we're in the gym this week.
Yep.
One lady, Jason Vargas, you remember him?
Yes,
All
I
right.
do. Yeah.
So old friend. His aunt used to cut my dad's hair. Now this is just business. I see her, I'm like, hey, how you doing? Good. She's like, I'm thinking of selling my house in Wellswood, my old neighborhood. I'm like, oh, all right. So we made that connection. Next thing you know, 30 minutes later, we're finishing up our workout. Guy comes all the way across the gym. He's like, hey, my son is graduating Berkeley, the other one Jesuit. He got a scholarship for hockey, and he used to coach his son in his teens or young teens.
Yeah.
So he's like, well, what are you gonna do with that house? Well, I think it's about time to downsize because I don't have kids in the house anymore. And next thing you know, we're
Just
talking.
right then and there.
And the
it's-
guy owns a lead company out of Silicon Valley, so he's like talking to me about leads with our YouTube, and I mean, it's literally just relationships. And you're out there and you treat people good, and you just always thinking though real estate because that's
you
what we're
gotta
selling.
wear
yeah.
it. You gotta wear it on
100%.
your sleeve
Yeah.
all the
There's no
time.
doubt.
You know.
And so that's where it's
There's
like
no
we
doubt.
can't stop selling because we're just us.
and it works though.
It-
It's like everything else. I mean, how many things have you done with the real estate and just kind of networking with
Too
with
many.
y'all's business?
Too many.
Yeah. Well, I mean, even you, we walked in, he doesn't know me for shit. And I guarantee you I dropped real estate on him because I had to.
Mm.
But it's because you need to know who I am. And I told you about my channel before I could because it's business.
Yeah.
It's part of you. You wear it all the time. You're always going to be a football player.
But
Well,
It's
I actually looked you up before you walked in because I always like
Stalker.
to know who it is, but I don't make it known that I know who you are because I want to just get the first impression of what you think I would react as.
Fair enough. He asked me what I wanted to drink.
Yeah, I did.
Like,
Hey, no, I
Did
went.
I have some pictures out there?
Yeah, yo, dog. I went water, I went Sprite, all this stuff, or tequila.
Yeah. That's how it works.
Yeah.
I mean, shit. He's also like, I'm on Garcia's podcast. He's
Yeah.
drinking fucking water.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That was my response. Like whatever he's drinking, I know it's not
that is
water.
what he said. That is what he
So-
said. And then
Because I'm worried. I'm like 5 minutes late. You're like, dude, you don't know what podcast we're going.
No.
You'll be fine.
yeah, Steven's
Yeah.
gonna be
Rushing
late
in
every
there.
time.
Literally every single time.
I go, I'm wearing a hat if that tells you anything. Because normally we'd be a little bit, not so casual, I guess. But I love it, man. I love it.
No, it is awesome. Yeah, we'll take a quick little break. We'll reload our refreshments and then kind of kick back and go from. I kind of want to hear more about the TC, playing the football operation, and then kind of getting into. I mean, because you were with Latom for a little bit, doing the catering thing, and then real estate. So
Cool.
We'll be right back. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, smash
All
the
of it.
fucking all the buttons.
That notifications button.
Notifications button. We got Nectar. We got New York Pizza. Check them out. We'll be right back.
Promo code Garcia5.
All right. Well, we are back from our little refill situation. We got Adam and Phil about to take a little dive in. Unless you want a little Nectar real quick.
Is that a 50? 50 milligrams?
I believe.
All right, let's go.
I'll trade you this for a little velo action.
Oh, yeah? All right. Trade for trade?
A little barter system.
All right, look at
There
that.
you go.
1 for 1.
You want
See?
one?
More relationships.
A little caffeine?
I got vodka here, man. I'm good.
There you go.
They say
There
you
you go.
can't drink all day if you don't start in the morning.
That's for sure.
So
The Nectaroni, man. Oh, this thing is nice. What flavor is that?
It's wild berry, 6 milligrams.
Ooh,
Get you going.
that'll fucking play all day long.
You didn't get the jalapeno yet?
No, I need to get that. That's right, Nectar. You got to send me some shit now. I'm running low, but Yeah, man. So Adam played high school football with my brother at Tampa Catholic. Yeah, just kind of tell some war stories about that if you
Yeah,
can.
man. I mean, I'll tell you this much. Came from a sports family. My
Right.
dad doesn't look like it, but he did like 99 triathlons. In fact, he did like 3 Ironman. One of them was kind of cool. It was Lance Armstrong placed 8th in it. It was like 1988 St. Croix Ironman. I think your uncle. I've done triathlons with your uncle.
Augie.
With Augie, yeah. We crushed it, and I think we used to do the triathlons just to get drunk afterwards. So that's about right.
Yeah.
But my dad played baseball, wrestled through college. Story is he touched the pros a little bit in baseball, which again you wouldn't know that necessarily. So growing up, it was natural. Like, hey, you're a ball player.
Yeah.
You're playing baseball. So as early as I can remember, I was throwing baseball.
That's all Cuban families, bro.
Sure,
Yeah.
sure, but not football.
Not
We
football,
don't have many
no,
Cuban
no.
football players that I know of.
I mean,
Maybe a Rodriguez somewhere out there, but
my dad put us in fucking soccer.
okay.
He's from Cuba, and
Yeah.
so is my mom, and yeah.
Yeah, so baseball was the way to go. Played like 13, 14 years of baseball and never touched a football outside of street ball until I got to Tampa Catholic,
Right.
right? Freshman year, chasing down a ball, and track coach goes, "Yo, you got some speed. Why don't you ever do track?" And I was like, "I actually own the record, the 4x100 at St. Lawrence, which is no big deal." But it was like a regional crap,
Yeah,
whatever, with your brother. So your brother's already doing track, and he's like, "Yo, why don't you just do track?" I was like, "Yeah." So we got into the 60, the 100, speed guy. Did great there. Went to regionals, touched on some states a little bit. And then football coach sees you there, and he's like, "You got speed. You ever play football?" It's like, "No,
Going
but
the
let's
other
go."
way around now.
Jump into football. Started as a running back.
Yeah.
Because I went to receiver, and I did all right at receiver, and then the running back got hurt, and he says jump in. Jumped in. That's where I learned that I like to bang heads, because I would laugh every time I got hit. And then he's like, "I need you on defense." So starting running back, starting cornerback,
Corner. Yep. I remember.
and
that
I
corner.
played corner till about junior year. It was kind of a cool period. We had Herman Edwards' son
That's
as our
right, yep.
safety. We called him Charmin because he was a little soft on hitting. Uh,
a little.
a little soft on hitting.
Sheesh.
He'd pull up a little bit, but it was funny because he ran a 4.40 back then, allegedly. And then his senior year,
Allegedly.
he transferred to Clearwater Central Catholic, which is our competing team.
Yeah, the rival. Yeah.
And they're like, "Hey," he was talking trash in the newspaper, and they're like, "Hey, go on him." Nothing. He had 3 catches the whole game.
What the hell was his first name?
Charmin.
I can't
Sharman Edwards.
I can't remember. His
But
first
we had Sean King used to come to the games. Warwick Dunn's little brothers
name.
were
Smothers,
running backs. The
Smothers
Smothers brothers
Yep.
were running backs with us. I mean, we had a really cool squad back
Yeah.
then of people just coming and going. And football to me really brought it all together. That was the one sport that I
Who
would
was that
say.
coach? It
Bob
wasn't-
Henriquez.
It was Bob Henriquez. It wasn't all.
So I had a mix, right? So JV, I started at JV.
But was Bob Henriquez all the way through your senior year?
No, because he left.
Right. Who was the senior year guy?
And then you had Fenton. Oh, we had Fenton. Well, who was the head coach, man? Yeah, it was Henriquez, and then we had Fenton. We had 3. Oh, they brought in a guy from New York, something Deal, John Deal.
That's right. Yep.
I don't know. He was horrible.
Yeah.
And then
he
we
didn't
had
last very long.
no 1 year, and then we had a filler. So we got changed around some coaches, but I was part of that team that we beat Jesuit the first time in 20 years. So that was cool. But ultimately, man, football was a great sport, team sport. Way better than baseball for me. Way better than anything else that I had experienced. You get that locker room feel. Baseball has that, but very different.
Right. I mean, I'd equate. You're a hockey background guy. I would equate football to hockey guys.
Of course.
That locker room. I mean, guys
1000%.
shooting the shit, talking shit, going after the games, and
Yeah,
It's one of the
everything.
most physical, demanding sports.
Everything.
let me go.
Put it this way: baseball, like the funny part was like I'm gonna light your shoe on fire and play pranks.
Right.
Football, it's like I was a freshman and the senior guys were like putting me in the mud and walking across me as a bridge so they didn't get their cleats wet. And but like the stories there, it's like you have cheerleaders. You don't have cheerleaders in baseball.
Mm-hmm.
It's everything about football to me is my dad was pissed that I didn't go because I would have gone to college. All my friends played at Clemson, Rob Valiente. All these guys went to Clemson. They went to different sports. I was right there level with them in baseball, but stopped after 12 years to play football. And I'll say 3 concussions later, I don't regret it at all. I might forget it, but I don't regret it.
Yeah.
So, no, football was great. All those sports, though, till this day, I still take back. We talk about it all the time. Never played hockey. He never played football.
Well, you go in the hockey locker room, you talking shit, you want a locker box? That's what you're doing. Put the helmet on, the gloves on, you just go at
Start
it.
going.
In the locker
Yeah.
room.
Hell yeah.
I love it.
That's awesome. But it's
Got
kinda,
something to say? Take
I'll
care
tell you
of it
what,
right
man.
there.
That's one thing
It's
that I
that
miss
mentality.
more than, and I've said it to Deontay. I've said it to all these guys that I've had on the podcast so far.
Yep.
That's one thing that I miss the most about football. Not playing is the locker room banter and the camaraderie that we had. The shit talking was on a whole different level.
in football, and I'm sure it's the same in hockey. And I'm saying this not from a high level, right? Because I didn't go to college to play ball. But no matter what, you're digging in. You're getting your ass kicked a lot of times. And you're
a lot of
digging
times.
in, and you're can you make it? Can you make it happen? Can you come out of nothing? Or can you get your ass kicked and still be okay?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't matter how it is, but there's some real good lessons in life that you learn from sports.
I'm glad you just said that because I couldn't agree more, man. It's football, hockey's, I'm sure, the same way. You're going to get your ass beat repeatedly.
Mm-hmm.
Can you get your ass back up and continue on? That's how you gain respect. I mean, you get your ass whipped. And I see kids, you asked how long I've been training quarterbacks. I got done playing football in 2015, started training quarterbacks since then. And I've seen kids over the last 10 years. I talk exactly how I talk, in a locker room. I'm motherfucking these kids, calling them, I don't care to cuss, retards, faggots all the time. I don't care. That's just how I talk.
Yeah.
And, for the most part, the South Tampa parents are like, I really don't like you using that language. It's like, well, there's other guys out here that, that train kids that'll wipe your ass and, and make sure you're good. I'm not going to do that.
It's the grit.
If you want to play college football, guess what's going to happen? That coach is going to say a hell of a lot worse shit than what I'm saying. So I think that's a very valid point. It's like, if you're going to get your ass whipped, get your ass back up and move on.
Move forward. You fell forward, short-term memory. It's like all those things. Same thing with business, right? You have a bad
Exactly
month.
like business,
You have a bad month. All right, like how
What are you going to do? Pack up shop and
right, or do
retire?
you make those small adjustments and you break things down into those like small wins again.
But
Because as an athlete, right? Like if you're losing a game, like what do? You got to break it down. Like the next
100%.
20 minutes you're out there again. Let's concentrate on those 20 and let's chip away.
But I see a lot of kids, especially in the last couple of years, it's like, woe is me, you guys are picking on me, it's not going my way, this and that, I'm done playing. It's like, stop being such a bitch. Like, honestly, man, like, let's go. Let's go. If you're going to have a boss that's going to be pressing you, you're going to have somebody else that's going to be it's
it's
wake
our
the fuck up.
generation. The parents in our generation are us. So
100%.
we're raising those kids to be little bitches.
Well, we're not, but
you get what I'm saying.
people are.
Millennials.
And that's-
Millennials are.
And that's one of the biggest things that some of these parents will tell me. They're like, I don't care if my kid plays a down, if he starts, if he plays it down, if he does anything. I want him around this group of boys here. And I got girls that are training too. I want them to be around what you're saying and how you're interacting with these kids because they need to hear that. Not from me. They need to hear it from somebody else.
Right.
So
what's funny is like, those are all lessons in life. And just as a parent, give this example.
Absolutely.
I was at your house. We're kids, man. We're like 15, 16. You were probably 8, 9, I don't know, whatever that is. And we used to do bonfires in the backyard, right? And your dad's out there like,
ain't
hey,
no flies on us.
Yeah, ain't no flies on us. He's like, you guys want to do a bonfire night? That's great. No boundaries. Go ahead and do it. But where are you going to get that firewood from? I don't know. Is there firewood around here? Like, you can pick up sticks? He goes, oh, man, you got to split wood. Tell you what. Grab a beer.
Oh, yeah.
Grab a Bush Light.
Yeah, a bush latte.
Real cold. And let's go cut some wood.
Yeah.
Okay, teenager. Grabbing a Bush Light. Real cold. 90 degrees outside. Let's go cut some wood. You're going to have fun tonight, but you got to earn it.
Yeah.
Right? Trees or, wood doesn't split itself. So, okay. So next time you have fun, you're going to remember, you want to have fun, you got to go work for it.
Yeah.
I've built fences at his dad's house. My dad said, hey, my first house I bought in 2006 before the crash happened, right?
Paid top dollar.
What's up?
You paid top dollar.
I paid top dollar for a house that needed to be renovated. And my dad said, hey, I'm going to help you with a quick down payment, but you got to pay everything else. It's cool. And you got to put the work in. By the way, we have to do 14 acres of fence at our ranch before we even touch a piece of drywall. I said, well, Dad, he goes, you're not getting the down payment for free. I got to have a fence done. You want a house? I need a fence. Dude, I had to do 14 acres of fence by hand.
That's a lot of fence.
And it's a lot of fence. And it wasn't just like a fence. It was like, hey, we have horses. You got to run electric wire at the top too. you know, so the horses don't take the fence.
You
down.
earned that down payment.
Oh yeah, 100%. That's what I'm saying. It wasn't given to us. So going to sports, my daughter is 10 years old. She's playing competitive soccer. Dad, you know, I want to make this team. I want to do this. I want to kick better. Dude, did you kick the ball 500 times yet?
Right.
Mm-hmm.
No. But that's why I went to practice 3 days a week. I don't give a shit. At practice, they're teaching you how to play the game. They're not teaching you how to touch the ball.
Right.
It's time on ball.
It's hard to get the kids to go to even the practice.
Yeah.
100%.
You know?
And every single sport, you can't shoot a corner top perfect shot unless you do it 5,000, 6,000 times.
Right.
You're not going to put it on a rope, on a slant, you know, right on time unless you do it 5,000 times.
What?
That video you shot.
Which
He
one?
came to my house and he's like, all right, I'm going to stand over here with the
Oh,
his
bro.
expensive ass
Oh, my
camera.
God, bro.
He's like, I'm going to stand right here. I'm going to have Caleb run a glance route, throw it right at the camera. I was like, all right.
I told him, throw it right at the camera, bro. I shit my pants.
Yeah, because you about lost the camera.
Hey, pull
He about
up
lost
that
the
video.
camera.
No, bro, because I didn't realize he
pull
was
up that
gonna-
video real quick.
I didn't realize he was actually gonna he put it on a rope.
You want to hear a funny ass story?
but
though?
that's-
Thank God
pull it up.
God Caleb was around.
Talking
bro.
about your brother, while he's pulling that up, talking about your brother when we had the beach place, right? We were at the beach. And I remember this. We were drinking all day, too. It wasn't like let me just warm up and do this.
Yeah.
Somebody was out there, maybe your uncle, or somebody was way out in the water. And you were like, he
Oh,
was
yeah.
like, throw it. I'm like, bro, if you don't hit him, I don't know if you remember that. You're like,
I
if
do
you don't hit
remember
him.
that, yeah.
And it was just a cocky throw, to be fair. It wasn't like, you know, and
And
you
you-
just tossed it, and it was probably 40 yards.
But I mean, that's to your point. It's
He
like,
couldn't move. He's in the water, just bam. And I
but
was like,
that's to the-
dude,
that's to the point, though. I mean, it's not like I walked out of bed doing that.
No, you did that throw a million times.
But you got to see this thing. It's pretty elite.
right there. Well, let me just play it one more time because I never played football, bro. When I saw this shit, I was standing right behind that throw. If Caleb didn't catch it, I would have been pegged in the face, bro.
Yep.
I-
That's awesome.
Bro, that shit made me shit my pants.
The black eye camera eating
But
it.
but that's your point. It's like
Yeah.
you can't just do what the coaches are asking you. You got to do in the off season. You got to do it on your off time, because you got guys that are and girls that are training nonstop. You know, and the
So-
same thing as business though.
And I was about to say that.
Right.
It's we've been talking about one thing is repetition.
That's
And I have clients, I'm sorry, not clients. I have new agents that they're like, hey, how do we do this? How do we train this? And they just, it starts with a fear. I don't want to do it. I have a fear. I can't call somebody out of the blue. I don't know how to call these people. I was like, have you tried yet? Have you done it 500 times?
right.
If you do it 500 times, you're going to fail forward. You're going to learn what not to say, how to say it better. You're going to learn all these different reps. So by the 500th time, you're going to pick up the phone like it's candy. You'll be calling 2 people at once. Whoever answers, I'm getting it.
Right.
And you say, hey, by the way, this is so-and-so. And it's just going to go so smoothly because you've had the reps. Don't be scared to pick up the phone. Otherwise, you're going to fail in business
No doubt.
the same way you're going to fail in sports.
Well, I kind of want to add to that also is that you're going to get over the fear of rejection because that is
Sure.
the main blocker for a lot of people
yeah,
that are cold
glad you said
calling and
that.
doing shit like that is the fear of rejection. Listen, as soon as those people hang up on you, they're not going to give a fuck who you are. They're not going to think about you again. So there's no reason why you should think about them otherwise.
Yep.
The fear of rejection is the biggest hurdle to climb, in my opinion.
But like,
I agree, man. What's the worst thing somebody says? Fuck off.
Fuck off, yeah.
know?
let me ask
and
you,
then
as a
click,
co-
go, move on to the next one.
As a quarterback, 3rd down, 4th down, the game ends if you don't make that throw. Do you like, I don't want to throw this? Or you're like, bitch, give me the ball.
Right.
Give me the
Boom,
pill.
there you go.
Give me the pill.
There you
Yeah.
go.
My daughter, same thing. We're doing soccer kicks, end of the game, penalty kicks, right? Five players. Who wants to kick it? I'm like, you better raise your fucking hand.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah.
If you don't raise your hand, understand that you don't really want to play soccer.
Yep.
And I don't
You should
care.
tell her she ain't getting dinner tonight.
I told her, I flat out told her, I was like, I love you, baby, because, you know, you got to, they're girls too, a little bit different. But I said, it's still sports.
Right.
And I said, understand this. I love you. I know you want to play hard. If you don't raise your hand, you don't really want to play soccer.
Right.
And I'm saying that because this situation is going to happen as you get older, and it's going to continue. If you play,
And it gets harder
and
as you get older.
it's better to fail right now at 10 years old than
And
to
learn it.
fail at high school when it really matters or college when it really matters. Like, give yourself a couple examples, you know,
That's
to
leadership,
go by.
though, too,
Yeah.
at the
Sure.
same time.
Yeah.
And, you know, as a coach, like, that's what I'm looking. Who's getting in front of the line? Who's going first?
But even
You
if
know
you
what I mean?
miss it, you
know?
got to have that
Exactly.
experience at that
Exactly.
age.
It's,
Like,
all, it's all repetition.
So when you were starting your gym, were you cold calling people, or how did that whole thing.
So
works.
it's actually like kind of a unique, like funny, like outcome. But like to be honest with you, it was all building the network in college. So like when I first kept my lights on in my gym for that first year, it was everybody I met from college. Now I was working nowhere at my pay grade at that point, but that's what put the people in the gym and kept the lights on, kept the bills paid, set the foundation to then build on.
And was it like a word of mouth type deal? To
word of mouth, yeah.
People are like,
we
gotta go
just going around, just being me, just knowing a bunch of people, like again, being involved in everything I could possibly be involved in, getting up in the morning, showing up. Like right now, these kids don't want to show up. And it's crazy. You're already 50% ahead of it if you go to practice. Show up. And then how you practice is how you play. So it's like the same thing, Then when you actually show up, are you efficient? Are you time managing yourself? What are you delegating right? Like, all the things that you had to do as a player in college.
Dude, and it's such a big difference, man. Like I remember, like I'm going to work out. I'm gonna show up. I showed up late today. I feel like I've earned the.
You got a little bit. Yeah. I got better.
Yeah,
hey, you showed up though.
Yeah. I
showed up. You got the veteran pass there.
But like when I wasn't. I'm showing up 15 minutes early. If you're not 15 minutes early, you're late.
Sure, I don't remember you ever showing up 15 minutes early.
I
was gonna say that's good coaching, but
I'm trying to hold you accountable.
100%.
Come on, millennial.
but it goes back to our workouts, man. Our workouts that are 3 days a week. He lives in Ballast Point. I live in Carrollwood. He's like, yo, let's go to camp for 90 days. So Camp South Tampa.
Yeah.
We go to camp and we're busting our ass 50. And we're not going for like little classes. We're going to the hardest classes.
And doing them as hard as we can.
As hard as we possibly can. He's pushing me the whole time.
Yeah, but because you could just show up and just do it, or like, what's your intention? It's all about intention at the end of the day.
But it's also it's also a business meeting.
Yeah.
And it's also networking wrapped into it because every time we go, we see the same doctor that he used to train. His clients are like Publix, the Publix family. He's got a lot of clients that we bump into in those arenas. So why are we training at camp? It's not because camp's like the best gym out there. It's because the people in South Tampa that are part of clients and relationships are also working out there, and we bump into them when we're doing what we need to do.
So if they see you guys kind of doing some bullshit curls or kind of walking around and hands on the knees and kind of like...
Right. But 7 a.m. class, I have to wake up with intention. I got to wake up at 5:30.
Yeah.
Get ready, get my stuff going, to drive 40 minutes just to go work out. I don't have to go there, but the intention is it's purposeful.
Right. Well, and at the same time, like, aren't those the people you want to be around?
Right.
Like, you know what I mean? Like, if you're thinking about like, your coach at some point and you're picking like your players, like, like that's where I want to be around. Those are the people I relate to the best. I'm not going to relate with everybody.
Yeah.
But the people that are in there getting their ass
busting
kicked,
their ass,
and they're pushing themselves every damn day and they don't have to be there.
Yep.
Those are the people I want to be surrounding myself around.
And then we committed to 90 days, right? Next 90 days is like, hey, one of my old trainers opened up a gym in South Tampa. He goes, I got Metro together. Metro. I got JJ Moser from the Lightning. I got his FA. I've got a group of guys.
Another Germany football quarterback.
Yep.
Do those guys just hammer it in the weight room? Those Lightning guys?
You know what it is? Well, hockey's like very like different like now. Like it's very like specific, right? There's a lot of periodization. It depends what time of the year you're in. It depends how old you are.
That's everything though. I think the weightlifting to where when we were all playing,
it's as much as you can.
Completely changed.
Changed because honestly, if you're lifting like incorrectly, like again,
you'll get fucked up.
You get fucked up.
Yeah.
Like, and like, okay, if you're 22 years old, like, and you're not in your body yet, you need to probably press, your strength training at that point and really try to overachieve. But if you're a 30-year-old guy in the league, you're trying to minimize injury at that point. You're trying to rehab. The program is completely different.
100%.
But the problem is back when we were doing static stretching before we even like went on, like now you're supposed to do dynamic, right? All the science was all different, back when we played. So, and everyone was training the same.
But I mean, look at like Joe Montana. He was smoking cigs and drinking fucking whiskey.
Yeah.
That was his.
That's my guy right there.
Yeah. Well, it's so sophisticated now. Even think about it. Like you have a guy that's a first line guy, maybe playing 22, 23 minutes a game. You got your fourth line guy. He's playing maybe 7. Well, that guy that's playing 7 minutes still has to play at that same level that guy does at 22. So what is he doing after the game? He's got to go ride that bike. Because if you're playing 14, 15 more minutes than that other guy every single game in an 82-game season, who's going to be in the most elite shape? So, like, now it's gone very specific. Yeah. It kind of goes back to the same thing with our team. There's people on our team that need specific guidance, need specific help. and everything is customized and tailored to them.
So
As it should.
As it should.
I feel like it should.
Right.
when you say our team, you're talking about the Lightning, right?
Real estate.
Real estate.
Real
Oh,
estate, yeah.
oh,
So
okay.
so
Real
what's,
estate.
what's funny with it is, and that's why people kind of like, even you kind of raised an eyebrow when I first said that at the beginning of the podcast, was a year and a half in, a veteran team, and I'm like, hey, I want you to be my manager. And you're
Yeah.
like, what? And the way I saw it was not from a realtor perspective. Old school real estate is that. I'm looking at this from, I'm building a business.
Right.
Right? Even my marketing, my YouTube and Instagram, all that shit, I'm building, like, we have a videographer, editor, full-time. We have salaried positions because I told him, I go, I'm building a media team that sells real estate,
Yeah.
not real estate, and then I'm going to
Half-assed.
no,
Yeah.
I'm running that. What I need is somebody that can hold my team accountable, that can make sure they get the reps, that can build relationships, because we got to go out and get more business to double our business, right? We don't cold call people, by the way. Everything we do is inbound or it's relationships. And that's where we grow. And we're growing at 30% a year, roughly. And this year, now that he's been on, it's actually gone way more than that.
Yeah.
Right.
So the idea is like, man, you're the perfect person. It's not about, do you know how to sign a contract, which he picked up pretty damn quickly. But it's, it's in real
needed,
estate.
though.
They don't teach people that. There's a lot of realtors. We talked about it. There's 1% of realtors that are actually making money. Everybody else is out there holding a license.
1% are doing 90% of the work.
Yep.
That's it.
Yeah.
And so
That's,
it's like,
that's
That's
actual.
That's a
accurate
fact.
stat.
Yeah,
That's
that
an
is insane.
accurate
Shit.
stat.
Well, I know that after COVID, everyone, all of Masha's friends, they all got their, their real estate license, and they were all trying to sell real estate, and
Yeah.
Yeah, they still doing it?
probably not.
Probably not.
See?
Probably ripping OnlyFans.
I wish I
It's a
could.
new wave
Yeah,
now.
no shit.
I
wish
got
could.
I got a bunion on my foot. So those feet pics.
Feet
I
pics work real well.
but ultimately, man, it is about everything that you just said. Sports, it just translates so easily. The locker room banter that keeps us fresh, man.
Well,
The working out.
You can even go into like time blocking. Okay. Like
Yeah.
when you're an
Yes.
entrepreneur and you're in business, right? Like you don't necessarily have someone telling you what to do, right? So you got to wake up, like, before your day ends, you got to write your schedule out and time block yourself. Same thing as when we were playing. Like, wake up, you eat, you got to do your pre-lift, your stretching
routine.
right? You got to go to practice, and after practice, you got to go back, you got to eat. Then after you eat, you got to get up, you got to practice again. You follow this itinerary as an athlete, right?
Yep.
So as an entrepreneur, you have to do the same thing for yourself because you don't really have that person there for you. So like when I get up, it's like, get up, take a walk, right? Go get my workout in. I have my prospecting hours that I have to do. I have my client retention. I have my deals. Everything is time blocked.
You're talking about self-accountability because
Yes.
you don't have a boss. You have to be your own
Right.
boss.
And
You
if-
have to tell yourself when to wake up.
Right. And
And
so
we-
same thing with the athletes. Like if you want to go and you want to play at that highest level, you have to be self-motivating.
So disciplined on
Yeah.
what you're doing.
And the workout part, I'm not to go back to workout again, but he told me, he's like, dude, I've never not worked out. For a little bit there, he's like, I'm getting out of shape.
Yeah.
And he's talking about endurance and everything else. Like, I can't function at a high level in real estate if I'm just sitting here at a computer. He's like, we got to make something happen.
It's so weird
It was
because
just like-
when you're behind a computer and you're working in business, your mind gets just as fatigued as you were when you're an athlete physically.
Not if
And
you're
it's
using,
hard
like,
to decipher the
ChatGPT, though.
difference. Yeah, it's
We're
hard to
using that
decipher
at a
the
higher level than
difference.
you think. Yeah, we got a lot of that stuff running for us too, but you can't not humanize a real estate deal. It can
Right.
only do so much for you.
I would imagine
It
that.
can only do so much for you. You still got to dig in and be that guy. Yeah. Otherwise, it's,
You're talking to a fucking robot.
yeah. And it can only do
Which
so
they
much.
want you to do
and,
now.
and there's a lot of glitches.
There is a
Yeah.
lot.
There's
I
a
can
lot of
imagine.
glitches. But this guy goes into a deal negotiating the hell out of it. The socks off
I
it.
go for that throat every
But I
time.
mean, I feel
Which
like-
goes back to like
Yeah,
sport
go for the
mentality.
throat.
You talk to like a teacher on our team, different mentality.
I could imagine.
Which is nothing wrong with a teacher, but it's a different
Different
mentality
mindset.
than a sports. Yeah.
We're
Absolutely.
going to do one more, right?
Yeah, we'll do one more.
Okay.
Sit your ass right there. Continue to watch, like, comment, subscribe, smash all those notification buttons. Follow
Tampa, Florida living.
Tampa, Florida Living. Do you have an Instagram or
Philly
anything?
fresh with a 3.
All right. Don't forget to follow for Brave Frameworks. Nectar. We got New York Pizza. Sports and Suits. We'll be right back, folks. Cheers.
Promo code Garcia5.
Oh, on that note, welcome back. I'm going to throw a little fucking piece in here.
Hey.
Is that a
Cheers.
nectar
Cheers.
nootropic
So,
energy
Cheers.
pouch?
Absolutely. Cheers, man. Welcome back to a third segment here. We're gonna go through a little
run
memory
through history.
lane. Yeah, a little memory lane.
Hey,
said he
y'all
wants
got to
to-
move them a little bit closer, though.
How about now? How we looking?
There, better.
Yep.
Yeah, we're gonna go through a quick little memory lane. Adam, we've talked about, was best friends with my older brother for a long time, and he came to a couple South Carolina games, and you can see him smirking from here.
A few. We were refilling drinks, and I was like, man, we had some good times back then. He's like, well, let's talk about that. So here we go.
Let it ride.
So business, right? Before real estate, I worked for my dad in the restaurant business that we had talked about already. But at the time you were playing the Gamecocks, I worked at Bank of America. I left the restaurant and I was like, let me try this corporate shit.
Mm-hmm.
Went to Bank of America, worked my way up. I was like an assistant manager at a branch or something. And we're talking, I was in my early mid 20s, I think. You were probably, I don't know, what are you, 19, 20 playing over there?
Yeah,
Roughly?
around there, yeah.
Yeah, so I was probably mid 20s. And your brother just moved back. So your brother played football at Harvard.
Right.
Was like, man, I'm going to go to, I think, Delaware it was, to get his
He was,
financial advisor license and all that. He's like, I could build business faster. And I'm going to come on back to Tampa. So I had bought that 2006 house I was talking about.
Yep.
Is that
Wellswood,
timing work out about right?
Yeah.
2006,
Yeah.
2008, when you were playing? So he's like, all right, I'm going to move in with you. All right, yeah. Move in with me, help me finish renovating, and then you have a place to go. So, I mean, it was like a frat house, basically, right?
I remember visiting, yeah.
Yeah, so we had the house in Wellswood. We had the house at the beach because that was one of his clients.
That's right,
Jable
that's right.
Circuit,
Yep.
it was her house. So kind of long story short, he's like, hey, my brother's playing for the Gamecocks. Now he's starting. He's balling out. Like, we got to go see him. I was like, dude, hell yeah. This is like a frat house. Like, we have no responsibilities.
Yeah.
But Bank of America, and I think he was with Merrill Lynch, got out at 5 o'clock Monday through Friday. So what did our day look like, man? Friday, we tried to get out by 4 if we can get out early, but we'd already had our bags packed. I had a car, Toyota. We'd load it up. He'd meet me at home. We'd load it up. We start driving. Tampa to Savannah is about 6 hours. So if we leave by 5 or 6, we're there by 11 to 12, midnight. And there was an awesome English pub right in Savannah that we'd go balls hard till like 2 a.m. They close early, which we're used to closing at 3 in Tampa. So we were like a little bit let down. Probably a good thing, though.
That hour means a lot, man.
Shout out the restaurant, though.
Probably, I don't even remember. It was a British bar. Dude, this is years ago.
Yeah,
Good luck if it's open.
Long time.
Good luck if it's still open, but it was a great spot that we'd always go to because it was a bar, not a restaurant. We'd go crazy. And then we'd either have a hotel, but back then Savannah was a little expensive for young guys in their 20s trying to make a game every other weekend. Right? So sometimes we'd go just a little bit outside the city and sleep on our car on the side of the road.
Holy shit.
But it was great weather because we're talking fall ball.
Right.
And I mean, sunroof down.
Was it an SUV?
No, it was a car, Toyota.
Like
In
a
fact,
Corolla?
it was when the Scions, no homo. when the Scion came out, I got a steal on it, all right?
No Diddy.
It was well, I traded it in for a Grand Cherokee later again. Not that that's any better, but can we go with this story, man? We're not worried about the car here. But we were on the side of the road half the time, or we were at a hotel, and then it was only like an hour and a half, I think, to Columbia.
Yeah.
So wake up. We were there wake up about 7, 5 hours sleep, 4 or 5 hours sleep. Make it there by 7, 8 because tailgating starts. You can't drink in the stadium, and
You can now.
You can now?
Yeah.
All right. Well,
no.
you couldn't back then.
No, you could not.
So it was like tailgating. Where's the family? Your dad and mom were almost always there ahead of time, which is fantastic. So we were like, hey, where you at? We're checking in the hotel. Funny thing is that you ever watch Varsity Blues?
Nope.
You ever watch Varsity
I'm not
Blues?
a big TV guy.
I didn't
I
either.
got stuff to
Yeah,
do.
I haven't either.
Maybe that goes back with the
Okay,
Scion.
so-
Maybe that's what you do on the Scion. So Varsity Blues was essentially a podunk, like Southern football quarterback school, whatever, that it was just like everybody knew everybody. Columbia was exactly that, right?
Yeah.
This guy playing ball was like the superstar of superstars as far as Columbia goes. And when we go there, we had to actually sign in to like the hotel, check in as an alias. So your brother would always sign in as Peter Pan. And but the funny thing is he would do Peter Pan because we're Spanish. So it was always like, I'm Peter Pan. And there we're going. But so one day we were getting ready to go to your game. And we would go to as many games. I mean, I was there when we beat Bama.
Yeah.
I was there, we beat Tebow. Like those are big games, bro.
Yeah.
And it was electric, dude. When you come out, was it Metallica? Sandman?
No, it was.
What was it? We come
Sandstorm.
out with? Sandstorm. There you go.
Sandstorm,
I'm sorry.
Yep.
Dude,
I get you.
Oh,
it doesn't get better than that.
Yeah,
Everybody just don't.
Oh, yeah.
And it just goes. But we were there checking in. Some guy delivering a pizza, random guy delivering a pizza. He's like, are you Steven? And to Gary. No, man. And we're just kind of playing it cool. He's like, no. You're definitely related. You're Garcia. He's like, yeah, that's my brother. He's like, holy shit. And I was like, what? What's going on here, right? Guy calls his boss, his manager. He's like, hey, I'm delivering pizza. I've got Gary's brother here. Where are you guys going? He's like, we're going to go to 5 Point,
5 Points, yeah.
to meet. And he's like, holy shit, can I drive them? The manager was like, yeah, man, drop your load. So he like dropped it.
Wait, which one are you? What load are you talking about?
Well, the pizza.
Okay,
God damn, man. You're taking us another direction. Drop your load because you're so excited. Because you're so excited.
Oh, what the fuck?
Yeah, drop your load with the Scion guy. So,
might as well drive a Subaru, bro.
whoa, yeah. That's a whole nother level.
Holy shit.
They identify as a Subaru. So basically, he's like, dude, let's go. So he drops the pizza. He completely, his boss is like, yeah, take him. I mean, I was like, what is all this? Like, I was literally like, what is all this? That same night after the game, we come back because you were like, hey, meet us at 5 Point. We go to the bar. What's the bar?
Village Idiot.
Probably. You're like, we're shutting it down. I was like, all right, we got to go back. We got to change. We smell like dog shit from the game, and we've been drinking, and we just got to refresh. So we went back to the hotel. At that time, I say 50-something-year-old, let's just say mom of a player, or not even a player, just a fan. We're sitting there. She's having wine with her friend. She's like, oh, my God. To your brother again. We have Gamecocks on. She's like, you're a Garcia. It's like, yeah.
Bro, does your brother look like you?
Yeah. They all look somewhat same.
There's not many us-looking people in Columbia,
In
South
Columbia.
Carolina at that time.
And so he's like, yeah. So we start talking about, oh, great game. We won. Yeah, we're getting ready to go out. I was like, do you think he would sign my bra?
No way. Bro, what's going on in Columbia?
And I'm just
dog?
like, what is this? But that's why I'm like, did you ever watch that movie? Because it's just like another world.
It was.
We go to that bar, 5 Point, which, by the way, I got to ask this now that we're years later. I'm pretty sure that locals didn't like football players in 5 Point. Is that right?
Village Idiot did. I don't know.
They did.
I don't know if any other.
But I remember
did.
it was weird. Like, I thought it was like, hell yeah, we're the football team. But like locals were like kind of 50-50 on it. Like some people.
Yeah, I'd say 50-50, yeah.
Yeah, that's what I meant.
It's the capital of the state. So, you have Clemson police officers.
Okay.
And I got arrested by a Clemson police officer.
What year are we talking about here?
This had to be
Freshman
2009,
year?
2008, 2009 probably.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Oh, so you weren't even old enough to drink.
Maybe.
That's a great
Allegedly,
story.
I don't know.
Let me ask you something. In college.
Yeah.
Oh, how about in high school? Let's
In
go
high
a little
school.
bit further
But
back.
in college, who doesn't go to these bars, right?
Right.
So we go to the bar, and he's behind the bar. Then he's behind the DJ booth with a big old horn, yelling shit out. And it's all closed down just for anybody we want to let in or the team. I say we like I'm part of it because I felt like we were.
I mean, you were.
I felt like we
You
were.
You absolutely were.
Yeah.
And next thing you know, end of the bar, it's like Hair of the Moose. You remember that?
Vaguely.
I think it was Hair of the Moose. It was all the bar mats.
Oh, no, Harry Buffalo.
Harry Buffalo?
Harry
I was
Buffalo.
close. It was a rough night. All the bar mats, they spill the liquor in and all that stuff as they're serving.
I'm going to throw up thinking about this.
There you
I know
go.
exactly what you're talking about.
They get a pitcher, and the bartenders basically get the bar mat and dump them all in the pitcher. And they're like, line up shots, let's go.
Are you fucking kidding me?
And everybody was just like,
Yo, and they're stepping on that shit.
no, on top of the bar.
On top of the bar.
On top
yeah.
of the bar.
But it's
Yeah.
like a mix of whatever and probably a little bacteria.
Sweat, yeah, all sorts of bad.
Yeah,
That's why I tell us to this day. That's where I developed, other than my grandmother on my
Herpes?
mom's side, fucking roach blood. That's where roach blood comes from.
Yeah.
I
God
haven't
damn.
gotten sick since then.
I don't know. I must have a little bit of it in me then.
Yo, that's pretty disgusting, man.
Oh, it was
Yeah.
absolutely rotten. But yeah, it's called the Harry Buffalo. You take the bar mats and you dump it into that and pour
Yeah.
shots in it.
So I'm gonna take it a step back even further though. Till this day, SEC games were my absolute favorite. We played Georgia.
Yeah.
I say we again, like I was a fan, right? So we played Georgia. They're all chanting the whole time. But the reason we left Savannah so early to get to the game was because Foxy would throw the best pregame, food spread. And I think at one point, wasn't it like a helicopter?
Was that a
landed?
strip club?
Probably. No, Foxy was the name of a very affluent Charleston
family.
Yeah, Foxworth was his name.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
but
call him Foxy. But
the setup there, man, was fantastic, dude. Like if you've never been to SEC games, it's like sundresses.
You got to think about it. UT guy, like we had no football.
No doubt.
Makes me jealous. You know what I mean?
But like
we didn't have that.
When I went there, like
dynamic.
those SECs. Yeah, what he's saying is
dead accurate.
Yeah. Absolutely accurate.
But coming from Florida, right? We're not South. We're like a melting pot.
Right.
Right. When you go South Columbia, I mean, their dorm was a cotton gin, wasn't it?
Yeah.
So it was an old cotton gin.
Yep.
And there's
Olympia Mills. Shout out.
Hey, there's the old like caboose train, whatever, that you're like right in the background as you're tailgating, right? And then you got this family that's generational coming in here throwing this like any kind of Southern food you want, like 3 different kind of mac and cheese, like everything just laid out there for you. And you're like, what did I roll into? And then you got all the girls you could think of, but like sundresses. And then you got the guys that are doing their Southern thing, whatever that looks like. I didn't pay attention.
With the bow ties and shit.
But my point is, though, it was an atmosphere.
Oh, absolutely.
It was set up. It was just like.
So since you were there, I got to ask, every time this guy walked into the room, at the bar or at any kind of party like that up in Columbia, how was it? Were all the bitches all over this guy? He never wants to talk about it. He never wants to talk about it.
Because, man, I'm married. I married a Russian girl, man.
Yeah, but we're talking about the
stab a bitch.
Yeah, I'm not.
So here's what I'll say.
Like, would they literally just walk up and just be like, hey, Steven, boom.
Here's what I'm saying. All this, I'm giving you like way back in the bleachers secondary vision of what went on.
Yeah.
If that helps. Like, it was like, this is byproduct of just being around and a friend, an extension of what that happens, like quarterback in a podunk. Not that Columbia's podunk, but it's a smaller city with that Southern vibe and that atmosphere, man. I don't know that there's a better atmosphere than that.
I don't think there
it was
is.
fantastic.
Wow,
and for
you really
me,
tiptoed around my question, didn't you?
Sure did.
Yeah, he did.
Thank God.
He was helping him out a little
put it
bit.
this way.
He was.
He had a lot of
left real quick.
He had a lot of 50-plus-year-old women wanting to sign brawls.
Yeah.
That tells you what a time.
What a time.
What about the 20-year-old ones?
I don't know. It was a blur. It was a blur, man.
I wasn't signing brawls for them.
No.
It's controversial.
Yeah.
It's
Allegedly.
provocative. It's what the people want.
Allegedly.
Yeah. But
yeah, I mean, they didn't have. We were talking about the Bucks earlier, man. Columbia, there is no professional team.
Right.
Well,
the South Carolina Gamecocks, that is their professional.
Yeah, but you have the
team.
Panthers right down the
Charlotte.
street.
In Charlotte, that's an hour and a half away.
Well, he was driving 7.5 hours.
Yeah, but that was for a reason.
Yeah.
Because when
They
you were
live
there,
in diet, though.
it was
right?
definitely-
That's the difference, right? Like they
Have a logo. It just means more.
right.
Yeah.
Right.
It was definitely a Clemson. Like it was Columbia or Clemson, no doubt. Because when we were there, it was like, well, what is it? And a little bit. I mean, that Georgia game that we went to, they brought the crowd. Man.
Yeah,
it was like. Whew.
But all those SEC teams, they, before the expansion and where they got Oklahoma, Texas, and Missouri and A&M, but before then it was like we have a set schedule. We know we're gonna play Florida. We know we're gonna play Georgia. Now that it's you don't know who the hell you're playing anymore. It's completely changed. But yeah, those are some interesting times.
That was a good angle.
But one of those shows.
He was reliving it the entire time you were talking. I was like, yo, this motherfucker.
I'm just like, please don't talk too much. Please, man. My wife watches this shit. So.
Well, I mean, listen, she knew who you were.
Listen,
she Googled me before our first date.
Yeah,
that's what makes you to the guy she married.
100%.
Yeah.
What I was wondering if you were going to tell the story when my brother got drawn on and ran home.
On.
Oh, yeah.
Sharpied. He got sharpied.
Yeah. No.
He passed out and
he wasn't too happy.
He was not happy. He passed out on our couch in our dorm room, and I think he sprinted home.
Yeah.
Sprinted to the hotel, all that. It was my son's second or third birthday.
Mm-hmm.
Said, fuck it, I'm out of here. And like sent me some scathing texts about like, that's such fucking bullshit. I can't believe you would do that. And I was like, dude, you're not going to show up to your nephew's birthday.
Dude,
Like,
it was pretty normal growing up. If you fall asleep in this group, again, locker room,
yeah.
you're getting a dig on your face
Yeah.
at some point.
You got it.
Maybe a marker and maybe real. It depends.
Yo.
It's called a Roman helmet.
Roman.
That's like that. A Roman helmet. You're getting that thing on there.
But I mean, when I was going to high school, is don't pass out with your shoes on.
That's what it
You're
was.
fair game. But if you take your shoes off, you are out of it.
Shoes were on.
Okay.
Shoes were on.
So
we explained that to him.
Were
And
his shoes on?
they were, and he did not like it. He ran home.
Yes,
With shoes
for
on.
it then. Yeah, that's the rule.
I'm
But, I
assuming
mean-
he was your older brother, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not my oldest brother. My oldest brother would have taken his shoes off probably. Brian.
He was more controlled.
He was sometimes.
Yeah.
Sometimes, but man, those that brings you back, man. Like, I'm so glad that you guys came on here and getting to kind of relive some of those stories, man. Like, God,
Yeah.
that was some crazy shit.
Yeah. But I mean,
I just don't think that happens in college anymore.
it's
With
got
the
to.
amount of, I don't think so.
No?
With the amount of access to phones and social media, I mean,
Yeah.
I just don't think. I mean, Phil, touch on this with hockey guys. I mean, we talked earlier.
Mm-hmm.
Hockey guys, similar type operation.
Yeah. I mean, it's different though between college and professional.
Well,
You know,
obviously,
right? Yeah, you're right. There's like a different gap, but yeah, like college. It still goes on behind the scenes, you know. No one will talk about it or not, but like, I mean, but I agree with you. Like with phones, how they've come down now on a disciplinary level, how careful you have to be what you say,
You have to be.
what you do. We talk about the media. You know, you say the wrong thing, you know, or you say the right thing and it turns to the wrong thing.
It just happened.
It just So it's just like nowadays you just feel like you can't really be your authentic self anymore because there's always going to be someone trying to take that from you.
100%.
If
You can't live free, you know. That's
Well,
the difference
unless
in that
you're-
way.
I mean, you can if you adapt a mindset of I don't give a fuck what anybody thinks, and you just.
But I don't think you can. If you're playing college football, obviously these guys are being paid a lot of money.
I'm not talking about that.
But
I
I'm
just
saying,
mean in general.
At the pro level,
At the pro level,
Yeah.
you can't because that's actually going back now like into like the depth of like when they're drafting you. I mean, they look at you at
Everything.
at every angle possible. Is this guy going to be a leader? Is he going to be trouble off the field? Like you have to be conscious of what.
But they're
you're
doing that in college now too, because college guys
yeah.
are getting paid more
'Cause it's the
in
feeder.
college than they are in the NFL.
Then their sign-on bonus.
It's
100%.
the feeder now. So like, you have to watch. What
So
you-
they're living in a media prison.
basically. Yeah,
That's exactly
yeah,
right.
it's
Really
exactly
what it
it is. Yeah, and
The-
you've seen so many talented guys, just not think that way, and it winds up translating on the field. You
I
know,
don't mean to switch gears, but you know what's even wilder is soccer. I didn't grow up playing soccer, but there's a kid. It's that older brother of one of the girls on my daughter's soccer team. If you don't make it to professional soccer by like 15 or 16, you're not going to.
Yeah.
You're playing U.S. ball.
Yeah.
He got picked up at 15 years old, turning 16 to go to Greece with a sign-on contract. And I'm like, he's got to leave his family from here at Tampa, go to Greece now to play for a Greece team to hopefully make it.
Right.
But like sign-on bonus and like go, now you're living
well,
in Greece.
that's
Is that nuts?
What happens in soccer in Europe, those kids are placed in there at like 12 years old. They go to an academy. They
Correct.
leave their family.
Way
Correct.
younger than 12 years old.
Yeah, some of them way younger than 12
in
years
Europe.
old.
The agents are signing them at that age.
Yeah.
Is that hockey as well?
Yeah, they're signing them at like 12, 13 years old. Like
Because they want to
Because think about
develop them.
let's be an agent for a moment, right? Like, how do you make your money, right? Getting guys big deals. So if I sign all the guys at a young age that have potential to make
There's
it,
a percentage that'll
the more
turn.
darts I throw at the dartboard, the more opportunity I have to get these guys contracts. So now they went in the pool that deep. So again,
Yeah,
and these
and-
kids don't know.
And actually,
they don't
to
know.
your-
They don't know.
And,
don't know.
and to your point, though, a 17-year-old just got signed to Barcelona about 6 months ago. His name's Jamil. And, bro, this guy is fucking crushing it. But he was in academy. They call it academy,
Yeah.
but really it's school, right?
Right.
Right.
Where they hyper-focus on soccer and they
IMG,
develop
but
these
Look at
players.
IMG.
Exactly.
IMG's the same way, yeah. So like, these guys have to be prepared so
Soccer
much
is-
earlier now.
Soccer's the most
Absolutely.
popular
Than ever before.
sport in the world for a reason. For a fucking reason. Because these kids idolize soccer players, man. Ronaldo's making $226 million a year in Al Nassr.
No, he's not.
Yes, he is.
I'm gonna read you exactly. My buddy just sent me this today.
Okay. Breaking news here on Sports and Suits with Steven Garcia.
No, it's not breaking news.
The Buffalo back.
It's well known
how much he makes.
So
wait a second. What are we listening
Sorry,
to?
that wasn't the article.
We just bombed Iran and we're listening to this.
It was actually.
It's a Trump just dropped.
Ronaldo signed with Al Nassr. $244.23 million per year. 15% ownership of Al Nassr.
So more.
$110K per goal, $55K per assist, $11 million per year on title. $5.5 million on Golden Boot, 16 full-time employees, $5.5 million in private jet credits, $82.4 million in guaranteed sponsorships.
Find another athlete.
$8.9 million in Asian Champ League. Yeah, it's a 2-year contract.
And he's like 39 years old.
2 years.
And he's like 39 years old.
Yeah, at the end of his career.
At the end of his career.
It's amazing how much money is in sports. It truly is. So we've had guys here that, play college football and went through the NIL situation, and even prior to the NIL, I was prior to the NIL.
Which one, Desmond or
all of them?
Lex,
Luke, all those guys, and it's like, it's such a double-edged sword. You want to tell and I tell these kids, it's like, you have this much time in your life to make as much money as you can playing this sport, because eventually you're gonna have to go get a suit on.
Right.
Why not? Well, who the hell am I? Who the hell is a fan? Who the hell is a coach to tell a kid you can't make this much money?
Don't take it.
You're out of your fucking mind. You're going to offer me $4 million to leave my university to go to a different university? Bye-bye.
So I got a question for you.
You're one injury away also, too, from missing out on that. So, like, some people always look at it like, you got to go get your education first. Like, but if you're playing college sport and you have one injury, it's all out the window from there.
Gone.
It's gone.
So then why have college sports? Why have college NFL, or not college NFL, college football? Why not just create a minor league football league?
Who knows? I don't have the answer for that.
I mean, it's a question that I think people need to ask.
Well, yeah. I mean,
NIL deals are going for $8 million a year. Like,
is there a minor league for the hockey?
There's a minor
league.
There's levels. There's 2 levels, right? Yeah. Like, you got the East Coast Hockey League, the American Hockey League.
Do those guys get paid?
No, $70,000, $30,000.
Well, they're getting money.
They're getting paid money.
It's Canadian football.
But then also at the same time,
that was interesting.
You got to think about it though. When you're about to make that jump from the minors to the pros, I mean, like, they're making that money, but they still have to pay for their own coaches in the summer. They still have to eat at the highest level. Yeah. There's really no money in it. You're chasing
NHL,
dream,
right? And then but now with the European leagues that we were talking about, it is actually a great outlet now for athletes, where you can go to Switzerland and you can make $500 to $1 million a year, and you can live in Switzerland. They're going to take care of your living. They're going to give you a cell phone. They're going to give you
a dormitory, maybe
a car. But then your kids are going to get really good education. So there are other routes now that
can you play both leagues?
So you're going to look at, if you go to the Swiss League, there's really 2 reasons you're going there. You're going there and this will probably be for most sports, you haven't developed yet enough, right? So you need that pro experience to build that foundation to then move on to the next league. Or if you can't stay in the league anymore, right? Am I going to go fight in the American Hockey League for $100,000, or do I go over in Europe and be the import player over there and make $500,000 to $1 million? Because you got to think about it. Like, an NHL guy here is going to be a top player in that league.
Right.
So you might as well get paid. You know what I mean? And live in Switzerland? Come on. Yeah. Germany leagues play just as well. You can make more money in Europe than trying to put your way through the minors.
My question, going to baseball is so successful in its minor league system, and kids don't have to go to fucking college.
There's 9 levels in
there's 9 levels.
It's crazy, baseball is more than you think.
Yeah. The best is when you talk to someone, they're like, I play for the Yankees, and they're playing rookie ball.
Yeah, it's or they're playing for the Tampa Yankees.
Dude, but
there's 9 levels.
Minor leagues of baseball is
I'm saying the NFL needs to come up with some kind of construct to eliminate the entire NCAA and facilitate an entire learning academy, kind of like soccer in Europe does,
Well, isn't that the CFL though? Now,
the CFL, come on, bro. Nobody wants to
The
freeze
USFL,
their ass
yeah,
off in
yeah.
Canada.
But if you're a player that comes out of college and you don't have a deal and you want to continue to play, like if you don't make
now it's the USFL.
Yeah, it's the USFL. It's,
okay, because but that was kind of at one point, wasn't that like kind of your option to some extent?
Yeah, I mean, I was in the CFL for 2 years, and
how'd you do?
it was a fucking.
Who am I throwing to?
Yeah, I was like, what?
Hey,
the fuck is
Tim's-
this?
Yeah, but like,
Tim's
wasn't the goal to
won
get back
in the CFL?
Wasn't the goal to maybe come back here and play?
Oh, absolutely. But
Right.
I was sitting behind the Tom Brady of the fucking CFL.
Right,
I wasn't playing a fucking snap.
right.
Who was the Tom Brady of the CFL?
Anthony Calvillo,
I have
straight
no
off the
clue
boat
who
from fucking Mexico.
Really?
Did
Yeah.
he make the jump to the NFL?
No.
I don't think people in
He
Mexico.
was making
come
$2
on
million
boats.
a year in Canada.
Yeah.
I think getting taxed Canadian taxes,
Yeah.
which I'm sure you know are not.
Well, yeah. I mean, there's a lot of argument like that in hockey right now. They're really coming after us since we've been in so many championships now. Oh, if you go to Tampa, the contracts are worth more.
You think we should
You know?
top these off and go for a quick round 4?
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah, absolutely.
yes.
We're going to take a quick little break. We'll do a quick little round 4 after we top these some bitches off. Like, comment, subscribe, smash all the shit.
The notification button, man. It's not that hard.
God,
You've
it's,
done
it's,
fucking
it's who gives a shit? Don't worry about the Nectar fucking coupon code. It is
Garcia
what it
5.
is.
But check out Tampa, Florida Living.
And
Buy
on-
some real estate.
Yeah.
Tampa, Florida living, and
If you're
also
interested in
New
real
York,
estate.
New York pizza. New York pizza.
Yep.
Yeah.
Thank you, Sean.
Yeah.
We'll be right back. Speaking of giving
Yeah.
shit, we're back.
Hey,
We are back.
couple drinks in.
Yeah, just a little bit, just a wee bit. But anyways, me and Adam were talking in the break room, man. And Sean, you might want to hear this thing. Go ahead and if you're not opposed to saying it,
Yeah.
how do you grow a social media following? How do you kind of attract how do you retain existing clients? How do you get new people to sort of sign on type deal?
Okay. So that was loose.
Very loose, yeah. I'm a general loose kind of guy.
I think you're gonna, if you're asking, just so I can answer it right, and if we're talking to the people that are watching, it's kind of like,
We are.
hey, you're a sports guy. You're a regular dude. Like, you don't have a background in social media marketing. You don't have a background in digital marketing. You don't have camera work or any of this other shit that a lot of people come from that are, like you said, actually younger generation that grew up with coding in college, right?
Right.
I didn't have any of that. So how do you do it? Is that what you're asking?
That's exactly what I'm asking.
All right, fair enough. So
How do you grow an Instagram page from 0 to 58,000 in 1 year?
that's fair. So yeah, we
And
But
a
like
did.
what you were saying, it's like
And a
you wouldn't
YouTube
have
page
some
from
sort of,
0 to 26,000 in 1 year.
but
Yep.
you wouldn't have some sort of direction to what you're saying. And I want this to be
Informational.
on camera just so I
No
can
doubt,
rewatch
no
this
doubt.
thing and kind of relearn. Because again,
And
as
by
I told
him
you-
saying rewatching, he means me watching it. So
Yeah,
I
yeah,
can
yeah.
do it.
But no, honestly, like realistically, because I'm new to this kind of shit.
Yeah.
Like we got the tailgate talks thing, and that's going well. But like I had told you, my biggest thing is, and what the advertisers want, they just want eyeballs on
Yeah.
the screen. They want to hear they want to know hey, Nectar,
They want views.
Nectar.
Who is Nectar getting in front of?
Exactly,
Right? Yeah.
exactly. So that's kind of what. I just
So
wanted to,
here's what I would say, man, is in this world, we had talked about it before, in this world, right now, current day, you're silly if you're not online. If you're not doing podcasts like this, if you're not on YouTube or Instagram or wherever the different areas are that are getting the views, you're silly with marketing, because old school marketing absolutely still works. That's the bloodline, the roach blood of it all, right? Is you got to understand how to build relationships, how to talk to people, and how to put the reps in.
correct.
If you can't, it doesn't matter who calls you because you don't know what to do with it. But let's say that you've put in those reps and you've done all those things. How do you now get the word out? And that's social media, I think.
It is. I mean, me personally, I watch probably social media more than I do TV.
I think that's a lot of people though.
What's
Right.
actually interesting.
Right.
You sit
And-
in bed, you sit on the couch, and you're
That's what I
scrolling.
that's what I do. I don't even really
Yeah, you probably don't have your pants on when you're doing it.
probably not.
So, but
I'm not relaxing then. You know what I mean?
exactly,
Yeah.
because you're relaxed scrolling,
Yeah.
sometimes swiping
And
left.
sometimes I'm doing it and I don't even know it.
So what's interesting is analytics on my YouTube channel for real estate right now, 62% of all views are coming from TV. on YouTube. What does that mean? That means that you can't put out shitty content anymore. Because have you ever put shitty content and then you blow it up to a 60-inch?
It looks like shit.
It looks like shittier
Yeah.
shit, right? So think about that.
If it looks like shit, smells like shit,
yeah,
Shit.
it's probably shit.
And if your audio sounds like shit, right? Like if I take this away and I'm like, hey guys, if I'm taking the audio away, that's gonna be hard to watch for 30 minutes.
Yeah.
Because they're watching on TV. They don't want to watch anymore for 30 seconds. At least not on YouTube.
Right.
Long form.
Right.
So you got long form,
So
short
it's the
form.
quality is what you're talking about.
Video, audio. I was just talking to you about your audience. And your audience, you have to understand what they want to watch. You gotta deliver it in a very raw way too. Like it's amazing that you can give this podcast like this and just deliver it from the heart, real situations, real experience. People, they appreciate that in this world that everything's AI nowadays.
Yeah.
So going into YouTube, for example, it's long form content. It's a blend of entertainment and education. So you got to ride that fine line. You got to be able to educate somebody on whatever topic it is, while also being you. Entertainment, like
that's kind of what we're saying. It's just the entertainment factor. It's kind of what I was, and what we were talking about. Just the entertainment factor. Do people want to sit here and watch what the fuck we're talking about?
Yeah.
But it's also value too, right? Resource.
Yeah.
Like, being a resource, given.
But I also think this is valuable information.
Right, right.
It's we're
real
not just
talk.
sitting here. We're not sitting here just drinking, talking about fucking bullshit.
right.
we're not.
I mean,
There's obviously bits and pieces of bullshit. Let me grab one of those.
You want,
If you
want
don't
one?
mind. Yeah, please.
So then
getting
I gotta
parched.
ask this question:
Yeah.
Is so quality one? That's what you're gonna see on TV.
Part of the puzzle.
brother.
Yeah. So you solve the quality issue. You solve the audio issue.
Yep.
Well, then, does that mean that every single episode that a podcast
Not right now.
films needs to be scripted?
So let's talk. Can we talk YouTube for a moment?
Yes.
It's easier to focus into one.
And I
because
want
there's-
YouTube. I just want to talk about
Let's
YouTube.
talk just YouTube for
Just
a minute
YouTube.
because
Wait, hold on. So, like, YouTube is going to have a different playbook than
Yeah.
Instagram.
yeah,
Right.
And that's why I'm saying let's focus on
Yeah,
one.
let's focus on
Because I'd be
YouTube.
jumping around if not.
Yeah. Just YouTube.
I'm gonna pretend I'm coaching you right now. Okay.
Please do.
All right. I'm Spurrier.
I need my notepad.
Oh, no. Don't call yourself Spurrier, no.
What a dickhead.
All right. Well, we won't go that way then. All right.
I
So
love you, coach.
Hey. So, all right, YouTube. All right. We've already gotten the audio. We talked about the video. Let's say you have it zoomed in for a 60-inch and you're looking pretty today. The first thing that matters is understanding what the algorithm wants, not what your audience wants. Your audience is one part, the algorithm. How does YouTube even work? Put it this way. What timestamp, how long of a video would you put on YouTube if you could choose what is like a perfect spot?
An hour and 15 minutes.
Why did you choose that?
Because
Hour and 15 minutes.
That's 3 segments after editing.
Are you thinking podcast? You're thinking
Podcast, long form.
okay, but if you're thinking video,
Well, that is a video.
if you did a video podcast, if you did an audio, if you're doing a podcast, you're just listening to it because YouTube actually has 2 secondary versions. So you can upload it as a
would
podcast,
say
which has no video, or you can upload it as a video.
So we upload both, one audio only because it used to be Google, and then Google said, hey, no longer. Now it's going to be a podcast audio only on YouTube, as well as YouTube, which allows you to click a playlist that is called podcast.
Yep.
And then once you check that, you can upload your videos on there, and it is described as a podcast.
To answer your question, I think it would be a lot less than an hour and 15 minutes.
So if you're
I think-
scrolling through videos,
I think the attention span of people is the attention span of Masha's
5
dad
minutes.
says it's the attention span is I forgot what he called the Russian,
An
a small
ant.
fish.
yeah.
I forgot what it was so damn funny.
A
but yes.
goldfish?
No, it was something in Russian, but yeah, the attention span of humanity is very, very small.
Right. And most people, we talked about fears way earlier,
Yeah.
is like fear to do something, right? They're like, I don't know, I'm just going to get this point across and be done.
Yeah.
I'm not going to like lay it out for them. So 8 minutes. 8 minutes is a very important number on YouTube. The reason is because YouTube makes money on running ads, right? Zin, New York Pizza, right?
Nectar.
Nectar.
Oh, shit. Hey,
And no
edit
Zen,
that.
No
No
Zen.
Zen.
Caffeine
Zen.
versus nicotine.
but the
there.
berry is good. All right. So they make money on ads. If it's under 8 minutes, they can only put 2 ads. If they're over 3 minutes, and it tells you that. It says if you're over 8 minutes, it can place a mid-roll ad So they're like, yeah, we could put 3 ads, not 2. If you go more than that, they could put 4 or 5 ads, right? So let me ask you this. We're going to play a scenario here. If your video is 5 minutes long, and by the way, there's a weird number there that if you deliver all the goods, you're going to have about a 30% to 40% retention watch time, right? So if you're doing a 5-minute video in length, you're going to have somebody watch maybe 2.5 minutes, right? If I put a 10-minute video, right, I'm going to have a 4-minute, 5-minute watch time, rough number. So whose video, if they're apples to apples, are they going to push more to an audience?
Obviously yours.
Mine.
Yeah.
Because my entire watch time is the length of your video.
Right.
So it tells you, push a longer video on long form content if you can, understanding that it can't be fluff. You have to fill it with good content. So it has to be planned. Yeah. It has to be executed. But if I'm competing with you, sports, if I'm competing with you, I've got to be better than you.
Right.
And I've got to deliver.
And it's the preparation too, because at all times, like we talk on the phone, oh, I'm writing another script. Like the guy's just writing script after script after script.
Script, but I'm doing research before the scripts.
Well, right.
And
you
I'm
can't
delivering
write the script without the research.
Yep.
But like,
so would you say it'd be beneficial for me to have a script coming in for having another guest coming in? And
I think as you grow, understanding your audience, who likes this, by the way, is comment, guys. Let them know what you want to hear. Let them know what you want to see, and let them know what's important to you, because he's doing this and spending the time for you guys. So it makes sense to understand that. And once you understand that, you can give them more of it.
So,
right?
Adam, let me ask you a question. Yeah. So we've been releasing around 1-hour episodes. Would it make more sense to release, and I know we film in 25-minute segments, but we could film in 15-minute segments, and maybe release those segments for one podcast episode over a period of 5 days? So let's say 3 segments, 15 minutes each, and we'll release the first one Monday, the next one Wednesday, the next one Friday. Would that make more sense? And calling that episode part 1, part 2, part 3?
But isn't that what Route God was saying when he was saying that you got to feed the algorithm?
Yeah, but he was talking about Instagram. We're talking about YouTube. Okay. And he is successful in YouTube.
So I'm a big believer that you're going to enter.
And Route God hasn't tagged us in anything or accepted any collabs.
Well, he accepted one.
I'm a big believer that you're going to enter into a certain audience, and you're gonna play by the rules of the algorithm, right, of YouTube. So like I go by keywords, because I don't know if you know this, but YouTube, you mentioned Google earlier. Google owns YouTube. Yeah. YouTube is the second largest search engine. Look it up.
Holy shit.
No, I believe you. I believe it. It is the second largest search engine. It's not Instagram where you're scrolling and random people are putting shit up.
Right.
It's a search engine. People, that's why they have a keyword, so that people type it in.
Yeah.
So like when I'm like putting my real estate and I'm talking to my audience as relocation.
Are you talking about tags?
Keywords.
Oh, okay.
All right. This is SEO stuff, like not to get nerdy. And by the way, I don't have a background in this. I leaned into it and I learned it and I put the reps in to understand it.
Put the reps in.
But it's like living in Tampa, Florida, moving to Tampa, Florida neighborhoods. Those are people that want to buy houses and want to understand the area to move here, understand where to live. So my thought is like, I'm going to lean in. I'm going to put more reps into this. I'm going to put more content into this one keyword.
Just real quick so we know, you're talking about when you say keywords into the description, or are you talking about...
No, so just X out of that.
The tag.
X out of that, but everything actually.
Yeah.
But it's more so of like...
I just want to learn.
Yeah, it's more so of like, if you just type that into YouTube from like a user perspective, people are typing in...
Where do you find the keywords that are trending then?
In your brain? Oh, what do you? Sorry, no, I'm sorry. Like, I thought you meant what people are typing. No. So what do you type? So there's two extensions, TubeBuddy, and then vidIQ is the other popular one. I use TubeBuddy, and that allows you to show you how many searches per month, what's your competition like. Because SEO, the way it works is that there's going to be, if there's 10,000 people.
This one?
Yep.
All right, I'm saving that.
If there's 10,000 people typing in how to transition from sports to business, but if there's,
which by the way is there's a ton of them.
Right.
There's not many people that fucking go on to play in the NHL or Switzerland or NFL or Canadian. There's not many people that do that.
Yeah.
So they're all searching like, how the hell? What am I supposed to do now?
Right. But like, let me ask you something. What would you type in if you're searching, like if you're really thinking like, holy shit, this might be the end of my career. What do I do now?
What's
something you would type in based on how you talk?
I would type in, say, college quarterback. What should I do next? What's my next thing? Something along those lines.
Life after sports.
Yeah, or like
business
road
after
to
sports.
road to the NFL. Like, yeah, whatever it may be.
Or life after the NFL. Like, what should I do next? And I'm telling you, I've talked to several old teammates of mine from South Carolina. They were like, dude, I don't know what the hell I'm supposed to do.
So that's a crazy subject, by the way. We can always tap on that later, but that is something that I really tap to with the NHL guys. And that's where honestly a lot of
the agents aren't helping in that aspect. The lawyers aren't helping. The agents, they're not.
Are you fucking kidding me?
No, I don't know. I've never.
Their money's already made.
Yeah,
their money's gone and they're done.
And there is nothing. And you got to remember when you're in
doing bye-bye.
Yeah, NFL, NHL, right? NFL is not for long, like or whatever
it is, right?
That's exactly like NHL, same thing. Like it's the same. You have a guy that's played for 15 years and a guy that's maybe played 15 games. The guy that played 15 games, he's not good. He's gave his whole life to playing, and now he didn't go to college. He doesn't have anything to fall back on, and they're at a turning point where they don't know where to go.
Right.
And then now the leagues are starting to kind of like look into that now. Like I would say it got more attention in the last few years because there's been a lot of horror stories of guys just going from the top and winding up at the bottom, you know what I mean? And
crashing down.
And just don't have that itinerary anymore since they're so used to giving this is what you're going to do every day. Now all of a sudden that's gone.
You got to think their entire life was high school, college, sports.
Right. It starts from youth.
And it's like,
what do I do now?
We weren't taught about life after this.
Well, that's where the coaching.
1,000%.
That's where the coaching comes back.
I think you just answered it. I think you just answered your question.
What's life after sports?
What is life after sports?
Right.
That's the audience.
So what's funny is if you were on TubeBuddy, okay, and you're trying to market yourself to a business after that, you would type in like life after sports. Let's go with that. And then what happens is that may not be the best keyword, but then you scroll over. There's a line that says tags.
It'll tell you.
And what is the most often keyword for that subject, and it might say like, if I were to put in like, what's it like living in Tampa? That was my search. The tag might be living in Tampa. Yeah. That's the keyword. They get searched. It's actually 13,000 times a month. So, I know my shit. But basically it's that.
Are you putting it into the description or are you putting it under the tags?
Titles too. Right?
I'm putting it in to the keyword explorer that's in TubeBuddy. But
No, when you're uploading a video, are you putting it into the title?
Or
are you putting it into the description and also the tags?
Yeah, when you're on YouTube, man, and you're doing
you're uploading the video.
Yeah,
that is my question.
Understood.
Yeah.
When you're on YouTube, like to even get it before you upload the video, you're gonna like SEO and put tags on your entire channel to tell the audience what your channel is even about.
Right.
So it's like my channel is about living in Tampa, moving to Tampa neighborhoods.
So you're putting it in the channel description.
I have a channel description to tell the algorithm what it's about, and then when I put it into the title first, the title tells you what the video is about. That includes the keyword in the title.
Okay.
Then in the description, I'm going to repeat the keyword at least 3 times organically.
At most.
At minimum.
At minimum?
Yeah.
Because you don't want to keyword stuff either,
if it's 10
right?
reasons to live in Tampa.
You don't want to keyword stuff either.
Though. I'm not, but I'm organically put in there. If you're thinking about moving to Tampa or living in Tampa, Florida, and you know the top 10 things about moving here, you got to watch this video because we're going to talk about the top 10 neighborhoods, how to choose the right area, to live. And if you're even thinking about living here, don't you want to know what it's like living here in 2025?
I've heard him say living here 5 times.
Right. But it all makes sense of like, and I'm just dropping this like stuffing a little bit more for you. But if I had 2 paragraphs to throw that in, it's going to come off more natural. Right.
But here's one thing. You said one really, really thing that I think the audience would take away. Like everything was related to Tampa, right? Because we do real estate, Tampa, right? Like, we actually like get a lot of referrals from like other agencies out there that's doing YouTube. Like, hey, like they do a Florida video, okay? Like, because they're trying to promote maybe their city, but they're just doing Florida in general. Well, if you're up in the Panhandle and you get a lead from that someone wants to move to Tampa, like that's not the crowd that you're going for. So you have always been very specific on the target of, what we're putting out there. relating it to Tampa.
Yeah.
Right. It's a niche, right? Like you go back to the niche again. So,
Yeah.
you know, because otherwise with your channel, if you're not targeting the right audience, right? Like you're not necessarily
kind of spinning your wheels.
Right, exactly. So I think the niche and the targeting down is
But
important.
I would say the feedback we get, because again, understanding your audience, the feedback we get always is like, dude, you shoot it pretty straight. And like, granted, a lot of my stuff is scripted because I don't want to miss a detail. But my
allegedly scripted.
No, it's scripted, man.
Oh, okay.
I
just want to throw that out.
I don't have a problem saying it, but understand there's hours that go into that script because I don't want to miss a detail. There are parts that are not scripted. And when I say scripted, I don't mean like what people's responses are. I'm saying the information that I'm delivering.
You have a skeleton.
So I do this every single week.
It's what
I
he
put out a
has.
brand
You're
new video.
presenting. You're
He's got a
presenting.
skeleton.
I'm absolutely presenting.
That's what
and
it
I'm going
is.
to be out there. And so like if I'm, where do you live right now? Lutz?
Lutz.
So if I'm talking about Lutz, right? It's, hey, if you're thinking about moving to Lutz, first off, it's pronounced Lutz, not Lutz, right? But check this out. Lutz has one of the top school zones with Steinbrenner, has McKittrick, Martinez, Steinbrenner, all in the same area. I used to live in Cheval. And one of the reasons
He knows
one of the reasons I lived in Cheval for 2 years
I went to Martinez.
was because of this. However, it wasn't my vibe. And the reason it wasn't my vibe is because my kids went to St. Lawrence. They were in town. My wife worked for Advent Health at the time, and we had to drive down Del Mabry. If you've ever driven down Del Mabry at 7:30 in the morning, good luck.
Good night.
Right?
Especially now.
So I'm not sugarcoating it. I'm telling them exactly how it is. But I got to tell you, if you can find your 20-minute bubble, that's the key. If you can find that you like the 2 acres or the 1 acre or the piece that you found in Lutz or the Cheval neighborhood golf course or whatever, and you can find your Publix and everything else in 20 minutes, then that drive to downtown once every 2 weeks doesn't really matter to you.
Right.
So that's your spot. But if it's not, you're going to hate it. And you're going to wish you would have reached out to us earlier and found a better spot that matched your lifestyle. So I did my research in delivering that message, and I was honest about it, of why I live there, my experience, and why I actually moved out.
Yeah.
However, it might be your reason to live there, but it might not be. So what I'm saying is deliver that real message. You're talking about how you went through sports, how it didn't necessarily work out in the pros, and your experience through it, but how people, there should be more resources to transition to the next game.
Yeah.
How your experience through it, you would never change a thing. I hate to say it, but you probably would. Maybe one or two things. But
yeah.
Maybe one or two things.
Come on.
But like your experience was fucking amazing.
Absolutely.
Right? And it was life-changing, and you're here today because of that. And
no doubt.
And sharing that raw version, there's more people that are in your shoes than are not.
100%.
And that's the real message, man.
Yeah.
So all that YouTube talk, there's ways to go about it, but ultimately it's.
Is there any other tips and tricks that you can share? Because fuck, bro. Wait.
Am I schooling him right now?
Yeah, you are.
You are. Sean's in class.
Is this what we're doing right now? All right. So
you're not just schooling me. You're schooling the audience.
Yeah.
Well, consistency, right?
So
Goes back to what we talked about. This guy has never missed a freaking video.
Yeah.
And maybe he did one and it ate him up.
What do you mean by missed a video?
So in 4 years, it's consistency. So in 4 years, I've only missed 3 videos, and last week was the 3rd.
What do you mean by missed?
And I'm consistent 1 video per week is what I put out on YouTube. Okay.
Right.
So
it killed him.
One time I had the flu.
Killed him.
And it was like flu of death, right? And I was like, if I put this video out, I can't, because I was like, I'm putting this video. I had it shot. And I was like, I look like hell. I'm like, I'm like stuffy. I'm like, nobody's going to want to watch this. I was like, this is like legit. Like, I should just not put this out.
Yeah.
And I decided, like, let's not put it out. So that was 1. 2 was an actual, like, I'm going to Ireland. I have it there, but I don't have one when I get back. I'm going to be rushing. And again, I was like, I've earned this. I've been like 2.5 years with like only 1 video at that level. I was like, I'm just going to skip this week. And I told my audience, hey guys, good luck. I'm not going to be on this week. I'm letting you know. And they were like, oh, have a great trip. It was great. I bought a vacation,
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And then this last one, I was hiring a new editor, and she just did a shit job. And again, I'm not going to deliver a shit product. So that was the only one I was a little bitter about. But
well, that goes on to what, and I'm going to bring this back because it pisses me off about my boy Deontay. He doesn't want to put bad tape out. Don't put bad tape out.
Mm-hmm.
If you're going to put something out, don't put it out.
Yeah.
Don't put bad shit out.
But I think what you're kind of saying is the fact that you didn't put it out hurt your...
No, it actually
That's-
didn't hurt at all.
That's what I'm saying.
No, it didn't.
I don't think it
Okay.
did.
But if you look at the success of the channel,
The
right?
success of the channel was because I was consistent.
Yeah.
I did my homework every single time. But I mean, to the point where we're talking right now is a consistency.
Yeah.
Right.
I delivered every single week. Like you got to understand, I'm married. I have kids. I have a business running. I have people that quit on me. Like, it's real life.
You got
Like, stuff
employees.
happens.
Absolutely.
I go, by the way, I did 9 vacations a year, which sounds like, oh, that must be nice. But I earned it.
Right.
And I was situational. Like, I was shooting videos in an RV one time. But I took the time out. Everybody's like, oh, you're in the Grand Canyon. I was taking calls from the ranger station because it was the only place that I could do a deal because I didn't have service anywhere else. So, like, I earned those times. But that being said, I never missed a week. And why do I have number one channel for 4 years in a row? It's because nobody else can compete.
Right.
You know?
Because of consistency.
When you have that mindset and you're just like,
The accountability.
I'm not going to be beat.
Yeah.
By the way, I never had a background in video. Like, we're looking at 5 cameras here, lighting, up lighting, down, you know.
At
all
For
the-
Brave Framework Studios.
yeah,
For Brave Frameworks, man. Yeah.
that's right. So, like, I didn't have that. You know what I started with, man? A GoPro. This is actually
No
true story.
shit.
You could look it up if you wanted to, but I started with a GoPro 8, right? That I had because it was like a leftover from like I was going on a honeymoon, right? And I was like, I want to shoot video underwater. Never did. But I had that left over and I was like, I think I could shoot this with a GoPro. Did it with a GoPro in a room smaller than this with like just a green screen that I got for like $50 on Amazon. And
It's
and a
in
little
my garage now.
there you go. Yeah, you got it.
Yeah.
And a lav mic that was like $20. It was shit, right? That video was the pros and cons of living in Tampa, Florida. It had 70,000 views. My first video ever. And it was, if you look at it, it's like yellow, shit. I had a Philippines editor. It was like zoink and bonk and like, you know, anime showing
Yeah,
up.
but
and I
that's
was
like the
"Good Lord."
authentic part though of it though. You know what I
Right.
mean? Like that's like they saw like
They saw your,
authenticity.
yes, they saw your
You kind of
voice.
put your shit out there and
Right.
like, hey,
and I got better with time.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Fast forward to now, though, here's what's interesting, right? And this is actually the honest truth of like social media, is the reach you can get. I recently interviewed the mayor, Jane Castor, on the direction of our city, with all the people moving here that we're guilty of selling homes to, but it's going to happen anyway.
it is.
Is traffic. The infrastructure is not there for traffic. The expansion. What are we going to handle with all these people? What are we doing with all this development? Are we thinking about the neighborhoods? How are people going to get around? Are we really getting out? And she's like, "What about the crime? You were the
Former Tampa TPD
chief of police.
Yeah.
What are we going to do about that?" And she answered them because she was on a live
Panel
broadcast.
Mhm.
And then who called me? Bob Buckhorn,
No shit.
the ex-mayor. He's like, "Hey, let's
Yeah.
have breakfast."
Bobby.
Had breakfast with good old Bob, and he's like, "Hey man, I'd love to tell my story of how I got here, because I built the Riverwalk with Bill Gates and Vinnick.
Yeah.
I was a big part of all this," and he flat out told me, like, "You know why we don't put benches in Water Street? Homeless like to sleep on benches."
Mhm.
Just being honest.
That's and
I would have never thought that, but makes sense.
it makes,
Actually, that
it
makes a
makes
lot
total
of sense.
absolutely makes
He's
sense.
like, "You know what I want to do to Ybor? I want to bring an Italian market to Ybor. I want to make Ybor where it's at again. It's got so much heritage. I want to bring
Don't
it
they got
back."
the Cuban club? Don't they got the Italian club down there?
They got a lot down there. So it was the heart of the heartmuch of Tampa for a
got
long
so
time.
much
it was the
potential
Cuban
there.
culture
So-
down there that
Yeah, I mean, granted, it was.
grew Ybor.
I remember a time where I couldn't get into a club, at least the good clubs, without a collar shirt. True story.
Oh,
Remember
yeah.
the shoe liquor?
Huh?
Used to be in, you guys ever
What'd
hear
you-
that? The shoe
What'd you say,
liquor?
Jersey?
You guys didn't you ever deal with the shoe liquor down
What
there?
the fuck's a shoe liquor?
Oh, so like back like when we were in college and we would go to Ybor, like the guy would pay you $20 to lick your shoe.
What?
Yeah. Yeah.
Pay you?
He has some
We would have
type
paid
of
him
thing.
too, by the way.
No,
Yeah,
no,
yeah.
no, no. So,
What?
so
He's the
he
shoe
pays
licker.
you to lick your shoe?
Look it up on YouTube. Ybor shoe licker. He's there, man.
I wasn't much of a Ybor guy.
Well,
But
Ybor
that's the stuff that was down there back then.
Ybor had good times,
It,
man.
it really did.
Good and bad. But either way,
You saw a lot there.
the reach is that you got multiple mayors reaching out.
I mean, that's
You
huge.
get developers. I had a developer reach out with 75 million worth of real estate that he's like, "You guys only understand the clientele coming in that's buying this high-end real estate. We need you." My point is that if I was shaking hands and kissing babies, old school, I wouldn't be able to meet these people,
No
and
doubt.
I wouldn't be able to put that message out. And your message is a fantastic message a lot of times, especially on this one. We touched on a lot of different things, but sports athletes that are going through it, that are like, what's the next steps? That are kids that are maybe watching. I don't know. Maybe parents are like, you gotta watch Steven. He's badass. Is like he's gonna talk roach blood and you know
shit.
whatever the hell it's gonna be, shooting guns. But guess what? He knows how to throw a ball. Like that's fine. That's real life. And so getting the reach is important.
I agree, 100%, man. I hope you guys learned as much as I did. I know Sean is dialed in.
Fuck yeah.
He's got a lot of questions, and the only thing I tell him is, have you eaten your New York pizza and your
and Ebor
and your nectar, and you popped your nectar nicotine?
And the answer is absolutely yes. I have visited New York pizza, and also popped in a nectar. You guys didn't see it off on camera, but I did absolutely, because they are two stellar companies and they are fantastic.
They are. Well, shit, man, I appreciate you guys coming out here.
Love having the drinks, brother.
Fuck yeah, man. Absolutely. Cheers, brothers. Absolutely. Well, that'll do it, man. Appreciate Adam. Appreciate Phil. Appreciate you, Sean. We got, for Great Frameworks, we got Nectar. We got New York Pizza. Tune in for another episode of Sports and Suits, man. Cheers, boys.
Cheers.